We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience as ever, as we step aboard the SS SKL, venturing into galaxies far unknown. Like, will Oni ever get over his hatred of TNN? Will L-Man ever get his monthly subscription to everything we love about Heath Slater? And will Win ever get her dream costume of cosplaying as Lena Inverse from the OVAs? And will Lydia ever get Oni to stop being a butt? Probably not likely.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sunday Night Live, episode 122. We're on the present course to make your evening a little bit more entertaining. And who knows, we may even come across some sense on the internet. Sense on the internet? Huh. Very far and few between. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for inviting us onto your computer, onto your laptop, onto your PS4, onto your 360, or heck, maybe you're inviting us into your mobile phone. And by the way, talking broadcasting from a phone, that's new. Hello, Navi.
The Lord speaks.
Gwyn is in the chat, and she's opening with, "I'm sorry to say this, but this is my official last time joining this live. It's been great knowing you, everyone. See you all soon." Sorry to hear that, Gwyn.
Aww.
Sorry to hear. It is what it is, folks. I mean, she's got IRL. You know, that always comes first. We have the magnificence and the logic of the Code 92. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the SSS, David Yost, is amongst the attendants. And Code 92 is like, hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And we have Sean Retro. Say hi to Sean. He's like, oh, screw you too, dude.
Hey, Sean.
Well, folks, hopefully not having too many technical issues this evening, and my keyboard cable just won't stay in one place. Stop tripping over my feet, damn it.
Uh-oh.
It's why I'm looking to go back to, cordless keyboards, because you didn't have these problems. I mean, yes, corded doesn't drain the battery power, but it's the little things, it's inconveniences. Anywho, we've got an array of topics for this evening. Sad to say there's only going to be one video, but it will be a Mr. Beast special and the title of the video is simply Get Him 1 million subscribers in 24 hours. For me, getting 1,000 subscribers would be nice. But 1 million, well, I wouldn't mind it, let's put it that way. And where is Raiden this evening, just out of interest?
Oh, a good question.
I have no idea.
I'll leave a comment for him.
Okay, Dan. Huh?
What'd he do?
He's saying about a dream that he had involving AEW and Vince McMahon. Ugh, over my words.
Lovely.
Oh god, it's the darkest timeline.
Also,
In my dream, I was at a live show of AEW Dynamite with some friends. For some reason, Vince McMahon was in attendance off the front of the crowd. Right across from him was Jim Cornette. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? And in the ring, refereeing was Oni Rakaga. Wait, what the hell am I doing here for? Dan goes on. They both saw each other and got into a physical altercation. Security had to break up and separate the two. Vince McMahon knew talking about the incident with my friends and got mad. As Dan probably
How
look at...
mad?
I don't know. there's probably Dan thinking like, why are you making me sound like David K?
Yes.
Gwen says, I went off on a hike with my parents at the end of this hike. It was this blueberry pancake place. Of course, it's not the American pancakes my parents and I are used to, but my parents enjoyed it. Hey, pancakes are pancakes.
Pancakes.
And they're very delicious.
Oh, yes.
And chances are, you may get pelted with one by the New Day.
Hey!
Pancakes.
So, to our listeners out there, apologies if you hear any buzzing in the background. I have a floor fan going because it's officially 96 degrees with a 23% humidity.
Yeah.
I mean, I was wondering what that sound was, but it's like...
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I could find a quieter fan, I would, but this is one that will keep everything cool. Plus, poor Navi is not liking the heat.
Oh.
And the Overlord must be pleased.
Yes. So I have two fans going, a small one in my kitchen and a big one in here. That way he stays nice and cool. And yes, he also has very cold water to drink, so he won't have any heat issues.
Nope.
Oh, that's nice.
Still no Raiden. I've asked Kaiju if he's joining us, but no
He'll be
response from
asleep
him.
still.
He might still be asleep.
Yeah,
Just
true.
getting up.
Well, we're going to be opening up with... I can't even believe these words are going to leave my lips.
Oh boy.
We have an official Karen movie.
Ah! No!
Oh, dear sweet Mother Lord Jesus.
Why?
Karen movie is happening with Taryn Manning. Taryn Manning will play the ultimate Karen in a new thriller about a racist white woman embroiled in a feud with her neighbors. Orange is the New Black star Taryn Manning will portray a fictional Karen in an upcoming suspense thriller about the infamous stereotype. In recent years, the name Karen has been popularly used to describe middle-aged white women complaining at restaurants or retail establishments, often asking to speak to the manager. It has been frequently used to refer to women calling the police on their black neighbors for arbitrary reasons, a trend that often leads to the women suffering from public shaming and losing their jobs. The name has also been used for countless memes and social media posts. Seeing some story potential, writer and director Coke Daniels. Really? You named your kid Coke? Okay.
Okay.
If we're lucky, it was based off of the cola.
Is moving forward with a project that could be described as the ultimate Karen movie, featuring a lead character that appears to be the embodiment of all of the real-life Karens, playing a woman named Karen White. Manning's character is someone who believes that people should stick to their own kind, also described as a racist, entitled white woman in the South. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Who
This
terrorized
is gonna be a shit show.
who terrorizes her new African-American neighbors. Set in modern times, oh dear. Mrs. White's new neighbors
Oh,
are also set to be staunch Black Lives Matter supporters. Oh, this is gonna end badly.
No.
No.
Reflecting the real-life events of 2020. Playing,
Please, no.
Ah.
No.
No.
playing a
Bad.
Playing a prejudiced character certainly won't be entirely new territory for Karen Manning, as she previously portrayed racist prisoner Tiffany Pence.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Karen the movie is happening, Raiden.
Hi, Raiden.
Hi, Raiden.
Would you like me to read from the start, good sir?
Please do.
Taryn Manning will play the ultimate Karen in a new thriller about a racist white woman embroiled in a feud with her black neighbors.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there's more, Raiden. There's more. Orange is the new
Please
black.
continue.
Orange is the New Black star Taryn Manning will portray a fictional Karen in an upcoming suspense thriller about an infamous stereotype. In recent years, the name Karen has been properly used to describe entitled middle-aged white women complaining at restaurants or retail establishments, often asking to, "May I please speak to the manager?" It has since been frequently used to refer to women calling police on their black neighbours for arbitrary reasons, a trend that often leads to the women suffering from public shaming and losing their jobs. The name has also been used for countless memes and social media posts. I'm just going to turn the jazz music down ever so slightly. That's better. I can actually hear myself now. Seeing some story potential, writer and director, and I'm not making this up, Coke Daniels, is moving forward with a project that can be best described as the ultimate Karen movie. Featuring a character that appears to be the embodiment of all the real-life Karens, playing a woman named Karen White. Manning's character is someone who believes that people should stick to their own kind, also described as a racist entitled white woman in the South who terrorizes her African-American neighbours. Set in modern times, Mrs. White's new neighbours are also said to be staunch Black Lives supporters, reflecting the real-life events of 2020. And as Wynn said, this is gonna be a shit show. Playing a prejudiced character certainly won't be entirely new territory for Taryn Manning, as she previously portrayed racist prisoner Tiffany Pensuckety Doggett on the popular Netflix prison drama series Orange is the New Black. In the first season, she was quickly established as the main antagonist opposite Taylor Schilling's starring role as the new inmate Piper Chapman, though the character became more of a protagonist in later seasons as the role continued to develop. An important part of the show's ensemble cast, Manning was certainly among the most memorable characters of the series, which concluded its 7th season run on the streamer just last year. Meanwhile, Daniels is the filmmaker behind the 2007 mockumentary movie Gangster Rap, a glockumentary. The comedy followed a trio of rappers inspired by the infamous rap group NWA, hoping to make a big musical comeback. More recently, he directed the romantic comedy His, Hers, and the Truth, which starred Terry J. Vaughan, Dorian Wilson, and Ashani Roberts. That movie told the story of two acquaintances who finally became romantically involved after years of platonic friendship. Additionally, Daniels is also attached to the upcoming comedy Fruits of the Heart with Clifton Powell and Wendy Raquel Robinson. It's not clear when production will begin on Karen or when the movie will be released. Additional casting information is also yet to be revealed. While Daniels is clearly going to have some fun with the infamous stereotype, the filmmaker also suggests that there will be a moral to the story. A Karen with a moral. Good Lord help us all. As he wants to give people an interesting in perspective on social justice and race relations in America. In any case, the very concept is also bound to lead to some complaints as well. So we can expect this one to at least be controversial. This news comes to us from TMZ. I should be shocked, but I'm not. So, how many people are going to go bet that Karens will go watch this movie and then go complain to the manager?
That is almost a certainty.
That is the circle of life. Or in this case, the circle of the Karen.
More likely, they'll try to boycott the shit out of this movie. On one hand, it can be good, hilarious as hell, and well written. We don't know yet. But at the same time, the way a lot of Karens have been very vocal about the meme, it's definitely going to be a PR nightmare.
I'm looking at the comment. Sean says, what? Dan says, the Karen movie sounds like the new Russell Crowe movie Unhinged, but somehow more terrifying. Also, maybe he's named Coke because his dad hated Pepsi. Sean said, this is going to end so bad. Co92 says, oh boy, this could either be train wreck or so bad it's good. I'm inclined to think it's going to be a mixture of the two. There are so many things I could go into this. Ordinarily, I would go by Wynn's analogy of the proof in the pudding is in the eating. But let's not kid ourselves, folks. This is going to be a shit show even before it begins.
Yep.
I'm going to wait for a trailer at the very least, but I can see like this sort of happening. You thought you had the worst neighbor. You never had Karen. And it'll be on a black background. Karen's name's in white, but you see drips of red pouring down from it just to give it that more horror suspense thriller type of thing. Liz probably may know what I'm thinking.Oni's probably going to go hear about this and he's going to laugh himself into hysterics and be like, what crack were they on and where can I get some?
I just...
Not sure, but I hope that they at least give this Karen the stereotypical bob cut.
Oh God, the Kate Gosselin haircut.
Like I say, I'll wait till I see a trailer, but it's going to be a shit show. Raiden, I offer you your weapon of choice. Do what you must with this.
Again. I ain't fucking with it. I don't give a fuck about it. Whatever it is, taking care of the spotlight. Fuck it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it. I hope it bombs. I hope they complain. I don't give a fuck.
Lids.
But what if they try to torture you with their bland-ass potato salad?
Ah, hell no!
Don't get me started on that.
Why you put raisins in potato salad? That's disgusting.
That's the question of the universe, isn't it?
Or I think as Black Widow said in Age of Ultron, that's a question. That's a question. That's not a question I need answered. Lids, I think I got a fairly good idea of what you're gonna say, but I'm intrigued either way.
Question: who requested this? Because nobody wants this. And two, you know that Karens are going to complain that this movie's making fun of them. Well, I mean, it is, but still. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Nobody wants this. It's like nobody wanted a remake of Mulan. They gave it to us anyway, but no. I don't want this. No, I don't want it. No. No thanks. I don't care how many awards it wins or whatever. I don't want it. No thanks.
I'll tell you what I want. I want a top of the range, full feature, animated movie of Slayers with Kaiju Noir as Gary Gabriev and Win the Rogue as Lena Inverse. And for context, OVA Lena, not the Central Park Media one. I love you, Lisa Ortiz, but Cynthia, she's the go-to.
Hell yeah.
Steve, have at it.
One word.
Uh-oh.
Just one word. Why?
What he said.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Literally, my brain started melting after hearing some of the stuff from this article. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
When? Uh-oh.
On one hand, it could be hilarious as shit, because I do love my Karen roasts here and there as much as the next row. And the fact that they got Taryn Manning cast, which to my understanding from my uncle, Orange is the New Black is probably one of the funniest shows he's recently seen on Netflix. He's been a big fan of it aside from Breaking Bad when he got into binge watching. Let's see. But at the same time, it's definitely going to be a PR nightmare. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's either going to be people, as Lid said, there are probably going to be people that will go to this movie, watch it, complain the shit out of it, and probably write these super long, fluff-filled blogs on why this movie is problematic and is persecuting the suburban soccer mom / Karen. On the other hand, some may just boycott and do the same damn thing. It's going to be a catch-22 with this movie, whether it succeeds or fails. Either way, this director is going to be in for a lot of flack. And at the same time, he might also get some praise from the meme lords of the internet, if done right. If not, then he's going to get a big basket of cringe.
Oh,
that's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just... damn. Alright, I actually have a follow-up to this.
Oh,
oh, Lord.
Hang on. And I'm going to be waiting particularly for Wins and Raiden's response. Hang on.
What in the heck? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
I saw that.
I think the late person put it best when he said, "What the fuck have we walked into now?"
Oh my fucking God! No! No!
Halloween.
If I were around to this day, it would have been awesome to have a guest appearance in this particular panel. Oh, but
Oh my god.
yeah, I saw that the other day when Steven linked it to us. I shared it around with some of my friends who got a laugh out of it. I texted it to my sister, and the first thing that she said was, "Whoa, that's ugly."
So
That's putting it mildly.
Co92 says, now that is a scary mask right there. Yes, folks, Halloween has come early. Karen now has a Halloween mask. 2020 is on track to be one of the most bizarre years in recent memory, and the Karen mask might just be the cherry on top. The Karen Halloween mask has arrived, bringing 2020 full circle. It's been a bizarre year, to put it lightly, and now we have the Karen mask to wear on a night that would normally be full of free candy and costume parties. It's safe to say that Halloween will be more than likely cancelled this year, so people have to get creative, while trying to remain safe at the same time. Will the Karen mask be the trending hit of Halloween 2020? Good lord, I hope not. We've seen... We've seen videos of the so-called Karen fighting for rights on social media over the past several months, but there are plenty of other contenders for Best Halloween Costume of 2020. Karen will get some laughs in certain circles, but a murder hornet is sure to be a hit across the board. It's hard to remember back to March, but the murder hornet was a pretty big deal there for a few weeks. Oh gosh, look at the image further down where it's just got 412 likes on Instagram.
No, do not want.
Another Halloween costume for 2020 could be a United States Coast Guard with a gun, while a friend goes as a shark to reenact the viral video of the Coast Guard literally shooting a rifle at the shark to get it away from some swimmers in the middle of the ocean. I feel like that's an unintentional nod to a scene from one of the Police Academy movies where Hightower actually threatens a shark at gunpoint and just swims back in.
I actually saw that viral video.
The nuclear cannibal ant is also another suitable 2020 Halloween costume, though it might be a bit obscure for some folks. In that case, going as a 5G tower could be this year's winner. Ooh.
No.
The Karen masks, along with masks of Joe Biden and Troyster, will be the likely winners of Halloween 2020. The election is just around the corner, so Troy and Biden will be out in force if and when costume parties actually happen. Just like most of 2020, expect Halloween to be somewhat scary. Walt Disney World, which is open, is allowing guests of all ages to wear costumes this year, which is something they don't normally allow. However, Halloween masks will not be allowed, so don't expect your Karen mask at the Magic Kingdom. Oh, thank gosh for that. If you'd like to get a Karen mask, you can head over to Komura's Costumes Etsy site to order yours. Consider yourself warned. These masks are pretty creepy and exaggerated to keep up with the Halloween spirit. The Karen mask more looks like a rabid zombie than anything else. You could check out some images of the mask above. Also, they take some time to make, so make sure you order early if you want one for Halloween 2020. I am not wasting my good hard-earned money on something like that. Absolutely not, good sir. Scary as shit. And I won't be partaking in it, but still at the same time, it's something of notable interest. Raiden, how do you feel about me coming up to your house and go up to your window and say, "Hey neighbor, what do you think of my mask?" Boy, get away from me!
Yeah, basically.
I was expecting a little bit something more rambunctious there, but never mind. Raiden's like, kill it with fire. Lids, how would you feel about that if Oni showed up on Discord cam one time and says, "Hey Lids, what do you think about my mask? Honey, put that away right now."
I'll be like, honey, right now, I'm not going to speak to you for a week. Goodbye. Click.
Would you feel better if I wore a Hulk Hogan mask? Honey, that would make it weirder.
No, like, that would make you suffer. Why would I want you to suffer?
Ew, suffer.
No.
Steve.
Well, one thing I have to say, they are being creative, and there's just going to be some people that are just going to go and buy them.
Like I say, I will not be one
We
of
could
them.
use a good laugh. I'm just waiting for the viral videos of the people wearing the mask just going up to scare people.
You know this is going to be like a replacement for the killer clowns from a couple of years ago.
Oh,
God,
no.
I'm kind of glad they kind of fizzled out. Because they were creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Win, my dear.
It's really well crafted, and I can't help but give them credit for creativity. I can see people buying this mask because there are a lot of people out there that are the embodiment of the word gremlin. So I could see him rocking those masks, and obviously the presidential ones, because for years that's always been a very commonplace thing. Hell, I remember when my dad's first started going on patrol, when he joined the PD, he saw a couple of Nixon masks and Reagan masks here and there.
Oh, nice.
Did they say if they were crooks?
Yeah, like I said, it's a very commonplace thing, so I can't go on a tangent with that one. But with the Karen mask, we'll have to see how that goes. If it'll be a hit, if it'll be a miss. Though the 5G towers, again, I understand people wanting to get into the fun of the more gremlin-y side of Halloween, but oof, there are some crazy people out there, and you may get hurt. Just saying.
Yeah. Sean's just said this as Freddy. Well, Jason, we're no longer scary. We're no longer scary. Like, you know, the Karen is something that gives Freddy Krueger nightmares.
Oh dear.
That's when you know the apocalypse hit.
I think you already gave your opinion, didn't you, Raiden, or did you not?
Haven't had, but like I said, kill that shit with fire. I do not want that. I do not want that in my nightmares. I don't want that in my dreams. Kill that shit with fire.
And more fire.
Yes.
And Lid's coming. And Lid's coming in with a chainsaw.
Yes.
Well, if it helps give you a better mental picture, Raiden, Navi is asleep in front of my TV at the moment.
Would atomic fire help?
Atomic fireworks.
I like the gif that Lids has posted. Buffy getting all serious.
That's like the death stare. Like, no.
So basically, her version of the bat glare.
Pretty much.
The Slayer.
Also have a super moe dragon made.
Oh.
Aww.
So cute. Alright, let's see. What to pick out? We're going to something nice now. I just got rid of the Karen because, well, everybody wants to get rid of the Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, that fucking mask, man. Marvel's Black Panther comics are free on ComiXology.
Oh, nice.
Marvel fans around the world are still coming to terms with the loss of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman, and many pay tribute to Boseman in different ways. Boseman brought the character of Black Panther into the mainstream like no one else before. But there are some amazing Black Panther stories out there, and you can read all of them on ComiXology free of charge, as they have made every Black Panther issue and series completely free. For those who just want to celebrate the character, or those who have only seen the movies that just want to get a little bit lost a little bit more in the world of Black Panther, this is a great opportunity to do just that. Comicbook.com's Chase Magnet has broken down some of the best Black Panther runs over the years, and if you're going somewhere, his list of the 10 best Black Panther stories is the perfect place to begin. Every Black Panther comic published by Marvel is completely free at ComiXology. I'd recommend stocking up everything you can find, but if you're looking for specifics, then I'd like to share some stories and creator pieces I'd like to help new fans about this character. You'll find runs by Christopher Priest and Sal Velluto, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, because obviously they created the character, and Joe Sinnott, Don McGregor, Gene Colan, and Tom Palmer, and more. In fact, you'll find several great runs from the Priest with a number of artists, and are all worth checking out. If you're looking for more recent iterations of the character, you can find more about Tanishi Koh. Thank you. Run on the character right there, who has introduced a number of unique concepts to the Black Panther characters and the world as a whole. ComiXology has also made the complete Shuri series and the complete Killmonger series free of charge, so definitely check those out as well. This is a great way to introduce the character to a new legion of fans, and let us know your favorite runs on Black Panther in the comments, or by talking all things comic with me on Twitter at MattAguilarCB. I say to ComiXology, I salute you, good people. That's a real class act. Not just getting to know, where Chadwick's character came from, but the other characters of Killmonger and Shuri, and can I just say, Shuri as a character is just adorable.
Oh, yes. Of course. And hilarious.
Very adorable looking character, but equally fun, with her personality and the fact that she's basically, a genius. So, yeah. People, if you want to know more about Black Panther, go and check him out on ComiXology. A real classy way to not only honor the character, but honor the man that literally gave everything in the last 4 years of his life to put a smile on people's face, and possibly bringing one of the bigger characters that never had a chance before in the Marvel movies. I mean, we've had Blade. Blade's more of an anti-hero, and then of course before him there was Meteor Man that had a movie, which I don't think too many people remember now. But no, it's a thing I noticed with Chadwick when I was watching his speech for Denzel Washington 4 years ago for the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Looking at that footage now, you can already see that Denzel knew. You know, he knew what Chadwick was going through, and he couldn't tell anybody because I think Chadwick had made it very clear, like, look, I don't want people knowing about this. I don't want the whole sympathy party. Just let me go out the way I want to, and just let me go out still performing. And yeah, it's like I said, as a piece, because I decided to go watch Kendrick Lamar's you know, old, yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing when me and my mom was a laundromat. It just, you know, I don't know. It just hits different. And the way that this video felt like, it felt like an actual, you know, Disney type movie. Even though Disney owns Marvel, but the way it was presented, it felt like watching those old music videos that showcase Disney old school, the Renaissance era. That's what I kind of felt like. Felt like it was just a whole damn tribute to African culture as a whole, which I loved.
Yeah, and done in a way where it was very artistic and expressive, but also very respectful, which you don't really see too much of in some music videos. But Kendrick Lamar, from what I've seen from his music videos, he likes to try and find the right imagery of what he wants to work with, and having the touch of walking through the dead forest with all these multiple Black Panthers walking beside him, I thought that's a nice touch. Yeah, I've said my piece and rambled on to a tangent, which is kind of par of the course with me. Good on ComiXology. I salute you, and maybe that'll get more and more people to understand the character of Black Panther more. Raiden, say what you must.
I mean, like you said, I definitely respect ComiXology, and yeah, the site ComiXology itself is a really dope site. Check out comics, check out free comics and all that. But like you said before, the way they honor Chadwick Boseman and the character itself, you know, to help people know about what Black Panther meant for people, is very very upstanding on their part. So I respect anyone who does that, and I hope, you know, I mean, we already know that Chadwick's memory and the character Black Panther is honored. So, like I said, good on ComiXology for that. They get the stamp of approval. They get the stamp of approval from me, from the Zen Master. So, mad respect.
Lids.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You cut out for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, but this is pretty nice to get to, like, help us get to know, not only get to know the character again, or at least refresh ourselves with the character, but also to honor a man who pretty much embodied the character, mind, body, and soul. And I'm like, there's nothing else I can add to that. It's a really good thing that they did, and whatever happens. It's like this isn't bad. That's actually a really good idea.
When?
I say good one on them. It's a good way to show your kind of respects, because Chadwick did put a lot of his heart and soul into the role, and was fighting a very, very devastating and terminal illness. And at the same time, even those who might not have seen the movie or read the comics before might have at least heard Black Panther once in passing, and given the fact that they're free, they'll be able to check it out. And that's a great way to get people into comics, is through these gateway methods. In this case, it was more of an homage and for respect, but it's definitely a step in the right direction to kind of get people into the medium and fully understand it.
Yep.
Good one on you, ComiXology.
Sir Stephen.
Well, I think it's already been said. It's a great way for people to be introduced to the history of Black Panther. Despite him having only a few appearances recently in modern media since Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes till his last two big appearances in the Avengers movies and his own feature film. Though it is funny mentioning Black Panther, because I ended up having a dream where my character Beatha ended up in the Marvel Universe and landed in Wakanda. Don't ask me how that happens. My dreams have weird storylines for some reason.
Okay.
But again, good on ComiXology.
Sean Retro says, that's nice of them. Dan says, that makes me wonder, what will Marvel do with the character of Black Panther in the comics in response to Chadwick Boseman's passing?
Ooh, that's difficult to say.
Well, the thing is, with a comic book, because you don't have anybody playing a character physically, or doing any voiceovers, unless you have one of those motion comics where they take the comic panels and add some forms of animation to them. They may get like a respectful piece, like, let's just say, for the sake of discussion, Black Panther, or more to the point, T'Challa goes to a conference to give the Chadwick Boseman Award for outstanding contributions to the community. Then that's probably one way that they'll have that happen. Or maybe for they'll have somebody make a portrait or a sculpture of Black Panther without his mask on, and they have Chadwick's likeness put onto there. I mean, that's another way they could do it, but I'm more favourable to the idea of, an award for outstanding contribution to the community. So, the Chadwick Boseman Award. You don't need to put something ultra fancy and ultra amazing to put in, because the Chadwick Boseman Award is inspiring and amazing enough purely as that, because he was an amazing man for the little amount of time he was on this world. I mean, he pumped out 10 movies in the space of 4 years. That, my friends, is what you can do when you're committed and focused. Because I think he knew he was on borrowed time, and it's just like, right, I'm not wasting one day, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 second, let alone a year. Each day would be made to be counted. And to my understanding, he believed he would have beaten his cancer in order to be prepped for Black Panther 2. And I think he would have done it. Because if you can put out 10 good movies in the space of 4 years, which some people in Hollywood struggle to put out 10 good movies over the course of their career, I'm looking at you at the moment, Nick Cage. You've done a couple of stinkers over the years. Ghost Rider 2! But the fact that Boseman had that level of consistency and quality for 4 years and put out 10 great performances, because his last movie was the last movie he was ever working on, which is going to be released next year, I think. I mean, it speaks volumes. That's all I can say.
Also, his technically his last work as T'Challa is actually going to be in the Marvel What If series, where he's lending his voice to T'Challa, excuse me, but as what if Black Panther was Star-Lord, or what if T'Challa was Star-Lord, because that's what they're the footage I saw. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing. All right.
Yeah, there's some Marvel What If stories where, what if Peter Parker was the Incredible Hulk, and what if Bruce Banner was Spider-Man?
And what if Punisher became Venom?
Oh, good lord.
You have my attention.
I got that.
You have my attention.
I remember at a comic festival here, it was one of the comics that I found on one of the stores, and I was like, ooh. It's like, I think in the end, Frank Castle overpowers the will of the Venom symbiote.
Okay.
That's a story for another time.
There are some people that like the idea of, what if Mary Jane Watson was the She-Hulk?
Oh, that would be weird.
That was a thing?
Not an official what if story, but let's just say some fans like to do some interesting fan art. I'll let you fill in the blanks.
Oh, I get it.
And for context, it's a form of She-Hulk where, think what would happen if Jennifer didn't have her personality and intelligence carried over in that form. She basically is a female version of the Hulk, where below average intelligence and goes on a rampage. Oh, good lord, I've just imagined a Karen if she was a She-Hulk.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Please
You know what Marvel What If story I want to see? I would love to see... There was a storyline where Bucky was a Civil War captain, and he was pretty psycho. And
really?
Steve Rogers was one of his subordinates. Well, cadets. So what happened was he was going to kill his Native American family, and Steve said no. I think he got shotgun blasted. And then what happened was, one of the Native Americans that Bucky was going to kill was a shaman. So what he did was give him like mystical powers and became like a Native American version of Captain America. So Bucky and his troops wanted to finish the job, but what happened was Saint Mystic threw fire at Bucky, and he became the White Skull, which is basically a version of Red Skull, but this time he's with the KKK.
Oh. Yeah, that's awkward. Oh.
But check the comic out. It's pretty short, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. What if type story.
Dan's just saying, I just wish the Disney Plus What If series wasn't just limited to the MCU. And ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, probably making his first appearance there, probably not since the first season, the esteemed author of the official Knight Rider companion, the esteemed Mr. Nick Nugent. Good sir? Bro, long time no see. How are you? And to answer your question, I'm just fine. Dan just says, though I would like to see an MCU take of the Marvel 1602. I'd actually like to see that as an animated movie. That would be intriguing. Where Bruce Banner still becomes the Hulk, but it's because of a meteor coming into Earth, and I think Tony Stark's supposed to be a king. No. That's Nick Fury. And for context, this is non-Ultimates Nick Fury, so think Nick Fury look from, say, 1960s. Basically, probably what inspired them to get David Hasselhoff for the short-lived The Adventures of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He says,
Let's just say the '90s. Let's just say the '90s, Marvel in the '90s was not a good time.
Nick says, hello, brother. Long time. Doing okay considering the craziness this year. Yeah, I can relate.
Yep.
2020 has been... Well, it's been an experience, I'll say that much. Dan says, I miss the old Nick Fury. Because they actually did feature him quite heavily in Spider-Man the Animated Series, where... Remember when they did that tie-in where they had Felicia Hardy's father, the cat, knowing the formula to the secret formula to the super soldier forum that took Steve Rogers to being Captain America, but then applied that to Felicia. And I love the mischievousness of the Black Cat with Spidey. It's just like, okay, you're crafty, but I like ya.
Voiced by Jennifer Hale, I believe.
One of the goddesses of voice acting. Up there with Kari Walgreen, Cynthia Martinez, and Gina Torres.
Also great to leave.
One I can add to that list. My brother was watching Batman Year One because I got that years ago on DVD. One of the detectives that was working with Gordon, I'm looking at the voice list and I'm like, wait, Kenny Sackhoff's like, oh wow, that was good. Nick saying, I actually didn't mind Hasselhoff's Nick Fury. It was a crap movie script, but was true to the original comic persona. Yeah, from what little I did see of it, he actually went to... he actually did go to the effort to have all the visual aesthetics, from the white trim around the side, the eye patch, the designer stubble, and the cigar. Fury liked his cigars back in the day. Dan says, "Where's the Grey Griffin, love?" Oh yeah, because
that's what I said. Grey the leaf / Griffin.
And I said, don't forget Kat Soucy.
Or Veronica Taylor.
Tara Strong.
Now we say Tara Strong, we're referring to the good Tara Strong, not what she's been doing as Harley Quinn.
True.
All the other roles.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but Grey DeLisle absolutely adored her as Janet Pym and the Wasp in Ultimates 1 and 2. Absolutely brilliant. Although, I did like the voice actress that voiced Janet Pym in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. She was such a troll. Yes. She was such a troll to everybody in that series.
Yep.
Plus that incarnation was a redhead. How you doing? I just like that there's one meetup where it's like their first evening in the Avengers mansion. Tony's going over the brief specifics of the mission, and Janet is pulling faces at Hulk, trying to get him to break character and trying to get him to laugh, and he's just there stone faced, and it's just like, oh, you're no fun. Nick says, I stopped paying attention to Marvel Comics when they turned Wolverine into a Highlander back in the Rucka series.
What?
Yeah, I have questions about that as well.
That's strange. Greg, and that's the weird part. Greg Rucka normally does really good comic book runs. I thoroughly enjoyed his Wonder Woman run. But everyone has their hit and miss, even Jeff Johns. Or in this case, Greg Rucka.
Yeah. Now I have this weird image of Christopher Lambert playing Wolverine with the claws. Really, no one's picking up on that.
No, I saw what you did there. I was chuckling.
All right. He goes on to say, I did buy the Death of Return of Wolverine series, though out of morbid curiosity. Oh dear. Sounds like, judging by what you're saying there, Nick, it didn't end too well. You got something to say to that, Lids? Go ahead.
Well, considering the fact that in that comic, Wolverine dies after he gets basically coated in adamantium and becomes like a statue.
I remember that.
Dan goes to
Not
say,
a fun way to die.
No. Dan goes to say, I still can't get over the fact that they almost got Danny DeVito as Wolverine. I would have paid money for that. That would have been amazing.
I would have watched that. I don't care. Also, so since we're speaking about X-Men, R.I.P. to the dude who voiced Cyclops in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever find out how he passed? Because that seems so sudden. He was still so young.
Well,
Not too sure.
to be fair, Win, there is actually such a thing called sudden death syndrome, where somebody could be, as in prime condition of their life, not a thing wrong with them, all of a sudden, gone. There's a guy who lived locally in this town. I'm not going to go saying names out of privacy and respect, but apparently one particular day, about 3 or 4 years ago, and he was actually a very healthy athlete for one of the local soccer teams in the town. He just didn't get up, and his mother sort of comes to check on him after 11, because normally he's like one of those guys, gets up, looks after himself. He hadn't got up, and she went to check on him. Gone. Like I say, some people can just drop.
It's really tragic. He was one of my favorite adaptations of Cyclops next to Kirby Morrow in X-Men Evolution.
Oh, and he's my favourite voice actor for Goku. Loved Kirby's portrayal of Goku. Nick goes to say, in that run, Wolverine not only defeats Death, but steals his sword a la Nightmare on Elm Street and beheads Sabretooth with it. I'm not making this up. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to take that. I really don't know how to take that. Yeah. The way they brought Wolverine back was even more bizarre, especially the heated claws.
Wait. Since when did Wolverine have the ability to thermally charge his claws with heat?
I believe that's the Universal Marvel plot device of because fuck you, that's why.
Meh, makes much sense as anything.
I believe my point was made. Damn. Has everybody said their piece on the Black Panther comics being made free on ComiXology, or was there someone that...
Said my piece.
Better.
Alrighty. Let's see. Something. Oh, here we are. Hey, Navi.
He's just cleaning himself nonchalantly.
When is he not? We've got an update with regards to Rey Mysterio and his tricep injury. WWE announced Monday Night Raw last week that Rey Mysterio had suffered a tricep injury during his tag team match at Payback against Seth Rollins and Murphy. The injury gave Dominic Mysterio a golden opportunity in a rematch with Rollins later that night, but it also meant Mysterio was back on the shelf for another few months. Makes you wonder what year it is. But I love Rey. Don't get me wrong, but he's more injury prone than this will make sense to Steve. He's more injury prone than Tottenham Hotspur's Darren Anderton back in the day. That guy was always getting injured. WWE statements at the time read, Mysterio suffered a torn triceps during his match at Payback. WWE.com has learned Mysterio teamed up with his son Dominic to defeat Seth Rollins and Murphy at the live event network special, but it has since been reported that he only suffered a partial tear and would require surgery. Mysterio took to Instagram over the weekend to show himself undergoing platelet-rich plasma treatment on the injured arm. With Rey out, it's also unclear what WWE will do with Dominic in the near future. The father and son duo told ESPN the eventual plans for Dominic to become a masked luchador and take on the name Prince Mysterio, but WWE has made no indication of that happening anytime soon. We actually talked about it. He definitely has to continue with the Mysterio dynasty. It's in his genes. I think we're going to incorporate that eventually and create a good story so that the fans can understand the rich story between Lucha Libre and the masks. I've always wanted to wear a mask mainly because of tradition. It's important to keep that tradition going. Now that my face being out there, I think it would just have to be introduced a little bit differently so people understand. I definitely want to wear one, but it has to be introduced properly. WWE's next pay-per-view Clash of Champions will take place on September 27. So far, the matches announced are WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal title against Roman.
Yep.
Also, September 27. That's 22 years since WWE breakdown with the triple threat match of Austin, Taker, and Kane for the WWE title, which, if everyone recalls, Taker and Kane were prohibited from pinning each other, but they both pinned Austin. Title was vacated, which led to the Deadly Games tournament at Survivor Series that year. So, Mysterio's not going to be as bad out as we thought. Alright, if he's able to come back soon, great. Dominic being able to put on a mask, that's awesome. Clash of Champions. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, Drew to win. And Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
I feel like they're at this point that the reason that Jay is being billed as the number one contender, just so that they can make solidify Roman's heel turn, if he's willing to turn on his cousin, and the fact that they're building up to him versus Big E at some point. Just, again, something I don't mind.
Like I say, Roman versus Jay, I'm going to say Roman to win, but Roman's going to fight dirty. And,
he is, yeah.
And let's be frank, Roman has needed this heel turn for the longest amount of time, because the face run, it didn't work. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Lids, your thoughts on Rey's injury update, Dominic to become Prince Mysterio, and the two title matches for Clash of Champions?
Well, I gotta say, Rey Mysterio being injured it's kind of like it hurts, but it also helps in a sense, because That's almost the same type of injury Edge suffered when he got written off. You got to be careful with those things, but yeah, it's like again, it's a negative because it sucks that he's injured again. But it'll probably the only good thing about this is that it'll give Dominic some kind of like stepping out of his father's shadow. Although putting on a mask might make that a little difficult. But again, wait and see. For me personally, as for the two matches. It could go either way for me. I know for a fact Roman's going to retain because, again, as I said, we got to solidify that heel turn. We got to make sure. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about family. He only cares about that belt. Oh,
and how else?
That's all I have to say about that. Orton versus McIntyre. McIntyre's going to retain again as usual because that's like what the third time this year that Orton's gone for the belt. I'll say third or fourth, I can't remember, but the point is, give it to somebody else, and I'm really pulling for Keith Lee to become the next number one contender. Come on, give Keith Lee the belt.
I really like Keith Lee. He's got a very interesting way of cutting his promos, but you can't help but listen to him.
Yeah. Also, he's basically a Super Saiyan.
Just reading a couple of comments here. Dan says, speaking of Marvel, didn't anyone watch the new Razor Fist video? Nick says he loves Razor Fist. Awesome, Nick. Nick says the angle with Ray is just weird just to push his son. Dominic got his butt handed to him by Seth, so of course he was bound to win one. Retribution is much dumber though. Co92 says, oh yeah, has anyone heard about McMahon trademarking his superstars? That's actually a topic I'm going to get to. Reigns is going to win because he's Vince's boy. That's just creepy. Dan says, if Dominic becomes Prince Mysterio, do you think they'll have a ceremony where he dons his mask for the first time? I wouldn't mind that. That sounds cool. And
that would make good viewing.
Nick says, I guess he didn't see that injury coming.
Oh, come on!
Nick,
cool.
Here's the thing. Nick is known for doing puns like that because that's just how he is with his humor. But he made you laugh and he made you smile, so he's done his job.
Just be glad he's not on Oni's stream. You'd have to.
God, no.
You'd have to put stuff. You'd have to put some bits in the jar.
Yeah. Raiden, your thoughts on Ray's injury, Dominic's potentially putting on the mask, and the two title matches that they've got for Clash of Champions?
You know, part of me would say mulligan, but I'll keep it short and sweet. Fortunate that Ray got injured, but honestly, it's nothing new. He'll come back strong. Whatever. I have been impressed with Dominic's wrestling ability. Watched a little bit of SummerSlam with his match against Seth Rollins. It was cool. 2 title matches. Again, I could care less. Jey Uso's getting the chance. It's unique, but honestly, unique in WWE to me is just that it's like, you know. I like some people are in here. I don't have a problem with Orton, but yeah, you can tell that WWE goes to the well way too much with their vets instead of the new guys. But that ain't nothing new. Keith Lee, yeah, I could work. Get rid of that generic ass team. That shit sucks. That's all I gotta say.
Nick says, I wasn't a big fan of Drew, but I feel like they're going to put the belt on Randy so he can face Edge at next year's WrestleMania. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And also, word on the wire is going around that in 4 years' time, there's going to be a retirement match between Orton and Cena. But here's the thing. Orton and Cena will be tied at 16 world title reigns each, which means the next person well, if Orton goes into the match as the champion, if Cena wins, he breaks Flair's record. And Flair has actually said he wants John to be the one to do it. Make of that what you will. Dan says, did anyone see how Psycho Bailey went on Sasha Banks? She's gone full Karen. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did see that.
So we're finally gonna get Sasha versus Bailey. It took you 2 years, WWE. It took you 2 years, but we got there. Nick goes to say, which COVID pending will be about 30 minutes from me in LA. I plan to be there. Awesome. Dan says, maybe Bailey should be the one starring in that Karen movie. Please don't give them ideas. And to be fair, if you want Bailey to be the ultimate Karen, make her wear a blonde wig. Then the image is complete. Or make Bailey wear the Karen mask.
No!
Oh God.
Nick says, can John still go though? He's gotten real skinny now. And
grew a beard.
Cena beard. Interesting visage. Could be cool. Win? Same question to you as with the others. Thoughts on Mysterio injury? Dominic to become a masked wrestler? And your thoughts on the 2 title matches for Clash of Champions?
Well, I can't really say too much on the matter because I've been on a hiatus since SummerSlam 2019. Not SummerSlam 2019, SummerSlam 2018. Brain fart. So I haven't really been keeping up as best as I should, but Dominic as a luchador sounds like a really interesting thought and sounds really cool. I don't see anything wrong with someone wanting to carry a tradition. In terms of the matches, it could really be anyone's game, especially if it sounds like the writers are finally stepping out of their comfort zones. That's all I can really say, unfortunately, because as I said, hiatus since SummerSlam 2018.
Aight. Nick's being a troll in a good way here. Sasha is a legit loss. She's never defended a title run. Ouch.
30 days Banks, that's all I'm gonna say.
Even if Sasha wins, it's just more hot potato with the women's championships. Please don't remind us about what happened in Raw in 2016. Because even Oni and I covered this around 2018. That belt was hot potatoed like no one's business. I mean, yeah, it keeps things interesting to a point, but if it was like the title changed hands every 3 to 4 months, you'd say okay. But at that stage, it was almost like every 2 to 3 weeks, and it's just like, stop. I mean, thankfully the situation with Rock and Mankind from 99 never got to that level. I mean, yeah, it changed 3 times between the first Raw of 99 up to WrestleMania. But, he goes on to say, anyone but Charlotte, though, right? Charlotte is a good wrestler. It's just the way she's booked that's so unbearable to watch. And somebody asked this question a year or 2 back. If Charlotte was not brought in via Ric Flair's influence or appointment, would she be as over as she is now? Because here's the thing, like I say, she's a good wrestler. Very good. but I don't think she would have the success she has now if it were not for Ric Flair. He goes to say Rhea Ripley deserves better booking. I've heard good things about Rhea Ripley. I don't watch NXT these days because I haven't got the network, but I do hear good things about her.
Oh, she's the fucking beast.
Yeah, everything changed when she lost to Charlotte, and then she hasn't got the same treatment as she has before.
Co92 says, may we be reminded of the WCW Championship in 2000. If Bash at the Beach 2000 is anything to go by what Oni told me on the B-side, I'd rather not know.
Man. Oh, dude, for what I've heard, oh, man, it's best you stay away from that. That's pure 100% Russo. You don't go pure 100% Russo. You don't get out alive.
You just went full Russo. Never go full Russo.
Nope.
Nick says, I say no, not as many championship. Her success is built on the Flair name. I kind of have to agree with him. And also, this is me being critical of Charlotte as a character. She doesn't have her father's charisma. We've kind of got like a... And when I say this person's name, I'm merely using it as a reference of comparison. You kind of have a Chris Benoit situation where damn good in-ring technician, but promo skills and personality could use work. Because Charlotte just... She needs a Paul Heyman. Because Charlotte does her best work when she just goes in the ring and, just does as she was trained. But if I were to name some of the best, and I'm not talking just the modern era, I'm talking like last 20 to 30 years, some of the best females that can command an audience on the mic, Sensational Sherry is one of them. Because she was one of the all-time greats. Trish Stratus, without question. Jazz. I don't think she needed Teddy Long as a mouthpiece, as a manager, but it certainly didn't hurt her career. Victoria, Molly Holly, they were all great on the mic. And Nick, I know you don't have a lot of time for Becky Lynch, but Becky is reasonably good on the mic, and also Wynn happens to be a fan of Becky, so I have to choose my words carefully.
It's okay. If people disagree, it's perfectly okay. I'm not one of those crazy Becky or stands for anyone in general.
All right.
I'll say I like someone, but if other people disagree, hey, that's cool. That's cool. That's okay. These are just my silly opinions.
Oh, wow. Nick says, I met Ric Flair once in Atlanta at a Knight Rider fan event. Nice guy. He was literally living in the hotel at the time before he returned to the WWE. Wow.
Oh.
Damn. But yeah, like I say, Charlotte, Charlotte just has no mic skills. And Nick goes on to say, Becky can suck it. I have no respect for a gimmick she didn't earn.
Okay. All right.
Nick's
despite,
not.
Despite what you say about the gimmick, okay, I wouldn't go that far about it, but over the years, her gimmick has gotten very stale lately. Before for the whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still lovable, but yeah, it's just every time she talks, for me at least, it's just gotten overdone.
Yeah, like I said, I blame Vince. He tends to flanderize a lot of his roster.
Yeah. Like I say, folks, Nick's not a fan of Becky. To each their own. I quite like her gimmick, but I think it was taking things a little bit too far when, because Austin had this show on, I think it was on the USA Network called, like, The Stone Cold Experience, or, you know, Completely Stone Cold. And then it had, like, a special guest appearance by Becky where she gives him the stunner in the ring and just leaves him out cold. Apparently it rubbed a few fans the wrong way. Make of that what you will. He goes on to say, I mean, if you want to debate it, that whole I'm #1 badass was very forced.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, Oscar earned her stripes until she did the shouting face paint gimmick.
I don't have a problem with that.
Me neither. Even though half and half, I do wish she was the more dangerous from NXT. But
Yeah.
honestly, I honestly over the years, I've lost faith with WWE and how they characters. I mean, I still love the wrestlers, but character wise, I don't.
I'm kind of lean towards she was fine as she was on NXT. Why not keep her that way fully when she came up to the main roster? Because she could wrestle and she has some pretty intimidating mic skills, because when she goes the image I can never get out of my head was her first appearance on NXT TakeOver Respect, is where she goes into the trainer's room, pats Dana on the head, goes, "Oh, Dana," and just gives that creepy smiling stare at Emma. And I think Oni said during like one review, it's like check that out, Emma, you're gonna be her prison bitch.
Oh God.
And the stranger thing is, Oscar would probably go for that.
Not sure what to make of that.
Yeah. Nick goes to say, remember Oscar made Becky tap out at Royal Rumble. Rousey never tapped either. She wasn't even pinned properly at Mania. I do seem to recall hear a little bit of a fracas about that. Okay. We've covered that one to that point. Oh yeah. Nick, Co92 was talking about stuff about McMahon trademarking his superstars now.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
Paige reacts to WWE's new policy about working with third parties, announces Twitch channel changes. News broke earlier this week that Vince McMahon issued a letter to WWE talent demanding that their involvement in third-party companies outside of WWE, Twitch, Cameo, etc. needed to be stopped within the next 30 days. The decision was widely panned by fans and wrestlers outside of the company, even after WWE released a statement explaining the decision. Much like Disney and Warner Brothers, WWE creates, promotes, and invests in its intellectual property, i.e. the stage name of performers like The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Big E, and Braun Strowman. It is the control and exploitation of these characters that allows WWE to drive revenue, which in turn enables the company to compensate performers at the highest levels in the sports entertainment industry. Notwithstanding the contractual language, it is imperative for the success of our company to protect our greatest assets and establish partnership with third parties on a company-wide basis rather than at the individual level, which as a result will provide more value for all those involved. Paige, who still works with WWE despite being retired from in-ring competition since early 2018, is one of the many personalities who has created a successful Twitch channel. She sent out a message to her subscribers over the weekend indicating she wasn't leaving Twitch. Hey guys, just a quick announcement, my Twitch name has been changed to my real name, not my stage name. It's now Saraya Official. Thank you all, and I'll see you Sunday for the last chance to be at the biggest giveaways I've ever done. Her message reads, Paige Saraya XOXO. Some of you are engaged with third parties outside using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company, McMahon's letter partially read. It is imperative that these activities will be terminated in the next 30 days by Friday, October 2. Continued violations will result in fine, suspension, or termination at WWE's discretion. We'll continue to provide updates as other wrestlers announce the future of their channels in the coming weeks. Vince, please just retire. Please just retire.
He's gone beyond senile with power at this point.
True.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, alright, Rusev's not going to be reprimanded because he doesn't work with the company now.
However, his wife is going to be reprimanded.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't get in trouble with TikTok with her version of WAP. And if anyone wants to know what that means, hit my private DM.
But
I've heard of the trend of that song. Decided to avoid listening to it because I was kind of afraid for my ears.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
God, no.
Raiden's lost it.
Oh dear.
So, for inquiring minds, does anyone want to know what WAP stands for?
I'm curious. Sure, what is it?
I'm morbidly curious.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I will type it out, but in the sake of being clean, I will get rid of it. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This isn't ominous at all.
Like we aren't used to that already.
Lord, forgive me. Oh, Lord, forgive me.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, I was trying to be discreet. God damn it, Raiden! Just God damn it!
Oh my God!
You guys have no idea how long.
I got nothing.
You guys have no idea how long I wanted to plan that shit.
Damn it, Raiden.
Why do you do this?
Okay, continue.
Here,
Feel better?
sorry, I'm putting a palate cleanser in the. I'm putting the palate cleanser in the chat.
Yes, God, yes.
I think Co92 has just written down a good point.
Oh?
He says, this makes WWE's independent contractors thing come into question. McMahon likes to think he owns all of wrestling and thinks he can get away with it because, in his mind, he's invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick goes to say he tried the same thing with Ultimate Warrior and lost in court.
I think that there's one quote in that statement that Vince wrote, which just confirms what Co92 said.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to find where it was.
Just reading a couple of other comments whilst you're doing that. Nick goes to say, yeah, I'm a wrestling fan. I watch WWE and AEW, though in my honest opinion, AEW is more memorable at the moment as a TV show, but not in terms of pay-per-view. Oni could probably confirm that.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the quote. Found it. It is the control and exploitation of these characters that allows WWE to drive revenue. That phrase, control and exploitation.
Yeah. I think it's going to get to that point in the future where they just come along and just say, Vinny, give us the keys to the car. You can't drive this no more.
just sounds like there's. It just sounds like there could be a big power play, and that might turn into some sort of story thing.
Oh, don't.
But hey, I'm just an outsider.
Dan goes to say, I hope this means Kana-chan TV won't have to be terminated. Oscar's YouTube content is too wholesome to go away forever.
Aww.
And not to mention Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! Please don't get rid of Up, Up, Down, Down, please.
But what it might mean is Xavier Woods, going by his real name.
I think he already does. Also, Creed for G4.
Ko92 says, I do recommend watching the John Oliver segment on this subject.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I actually saw that yesterday.
And according to...
Didn't your brother... Didn't you say your brother does not like John Oliver?
Yeah, long story short, he used to be really funny on Mock the Week, and ever since he went to have his talk show over in the States, he just said he just went from being a very creative, funny comedian to being boring AF. Nick says Ronda Rousey has a Twitch channel too. This is news. Dan says, I think Up, Up, Down, Down will be safe since I heard WWE makes money off the channel. Nick says, I can't stand John Oliver either. Neither can I. He's just not funny. And his portrayal of Zazu in The Lion King, ugh. You cannot...
I saw the review of Nostalgia. I could tell he was annoying.
How can you replace Rowan Atkinson? Rowan was actually good.
You can't.
I mean, I can understand, say, bringing in some talent that didn't have a chance before. I mean, the idea of Donald Glover as Simba, I didn't actually mind him as Simba. I thought he was good. The only problem I had was the voice director made him sound too much like Matthew Broderick when he should have been trying to do his own thing. And yes, Dan, I did see your image response to into my Discord. It's an image of Vince McMahon as a SWAT bot with a sign saying "No fun allowed."
Pretty accurate description, if you ask me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Do not give Wacky Macky ideas. Nick says, you mean not that live action, but somehow live action remake of The Lion King? Yeah, that thing.
The one they tried way too hard for all black cast.
Well, to be fair...
Also had Beyonce as Nala. No.
Okay. Here's the thing. And this is where I'm going to be fair and nice. Beyonce, good singer. Not so much a good songwriter. That's just my personal preference, and I'll be the first to say Beyonce's nice on the eyes, but she can't act she can't act her worth for a damn, because we still remember Goldmember. Nasty. And the irony, you would think a singer, with the disciplines and the training that come with it, there would be a similar rationale and discipline going forward with voice acting. No. But the difference between Donald Glover and Beyonce is Donald can actually act.
Oh, yeah.
Nick says, I don't watch any of the live-action remakes of the animated classics, not because of race, but because it's lazy storytelling. I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Me too.
We already know how these stories end. I mean, if they were taking an animated movie that was originally terrible, but wanted to do the story much closer to the original vision of what the writer had set out, but actually did it better, no problem. I mean, Win, it's like we've said so many times before, if we had the keys to the DeLorean, we'd go back and say, no, don't do this script for Jurassic Park 3, do this one instead. This one that makes much more sense, where you don't kill off the T-Rex, you don't have this contrived story that made about as much sense as, I don't know, make about as much sense as sticking Iron Man in Jurassic Park.
Oh God, you're giving people ideas. Oh no!
Or another example, if we went back in time and said, no, don't do this bullshit with Iron Man 3, do this story instead. It'd be fine. He also goes on to say, like the Black Cauldron, speaking of Disney live-action remakes, Mulan is sitting with a 55% user rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
And
I have heard about
I'm not
this.
gonna watch it. I'm sorry.
I find it real funny that I just finished seeing Nostalgia Critic's review of the OG Mulan, and now hearing about this, and hearing about how they already make the main character strong, which is like, okay, that basically shows me that you really don't give a shit. You're just being progressive for the sake of just basically catering to a crowd that doesn't want to see characters are weak, then become strong. Like that shit's so lazy to me.
I know.
The Zero to Hero story has been around for years.
Yep.
Everyone loves a good underdog.
Why try to take that away?
I don't know.
It's boring if they already know all. It's boring if they know all the good. If they know all the good stuff too quickly, they have to at least learn to control it. I would understand maybe after an episode or two if it were a TV series. Okay, cool. You at least have time to show that they're getting used to and trying to control their abilities, which was what I loved about the development with the She-Ra reboot, is that Adora could not fully control her sword for a little bit. And when she did, it showed greatly in her progression. But trying to make Mulan a powerhouse rather than go through the training montage and go from zero to hero? I don't see it. I have heard it wasn't doing well. I just never knew of the rating till now.
The thing I have is that in order for the audience to understand the character on screen, you got to sympathize with the character. Just making him strong isn't really giving anything for the audience to grab onto.
Oh yeah, they gotta have flaws.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
The human element.
Like for example, I can go on for days how much I love Lena Inverse. Yes, she is a super powerful sorceress that could be seen as god tier level in terms of her magic. But she has flaws to balance it out. She's temperamental, she's a bit of a glutton, and she's really insecure. At the same time, she has her moments of confidence, but when it comes to her body, she's very insecure.
Yep. But that's why we love that character, because she's actually one of the most plausible. Because if you have a character that's complete Mary Sue, it's just like, yeah, it's great you're all powerful, but your flaws are what give you your character traits. I forget who said this, but I may have said this once or twice before. People admire you and praise you for your strengths, but they love you for your flaws and your quirks. Yeah. Oh, Nick's saying it pretty much exactly what you guys have just said. Characters need to learn how to deal with failure. And that's what the hero's journey is all about, and why films like Rocky, Star Wars, in close brackets, originals, and most Disney animated films work. No. Can't fault that. He also goes on to say, can we go back in time and stop KR08? I tell you what, Nick. We can go back in time, but only if we can rewrite the script, because Knight Rider SG is a guilty pleasure of mine. Only because I actually liked the Kit Stang, and I actually liked Val Kilmer as the voice. Yes, William Daniels and the Trans Am are the OGs. Not gonna lie. But I like the Mustang. And for some reason it's gone on to a different jazz experience now. Hang on, we just go back to where I was before. That's much better. He also says, Mulan deserves to tank. Not sorry. Hey? It's all good, man. Also for the record...
Oh, sorry.
Also for the record, Disney literally built its brand off the hero's journey formula. So this whole, it's outdated, is BS. Agree in full.
It's been a formula that has been a time-honored tradition in storytelling, not just in movies, but in the great Oedipuses of Greek mythology and such.
Mm-hmm. Well, the whole point is, as you've all pretty much said, you take the hero from the beginning, but you see them learning to actually, perfect, improve, and actually grow as a character, and that's how the audience can relate and actually grow to like the character. It's like, okay, this character screwed up a little bit in the beginning, but they're learning. They're actually, evolving and actually training to be better. I can get behind this. I mean, it's the same situation with Rey from Star Wars. Like, I'm already all perfect and powerful. Love me! I'm Luke. I'm Luke. I'll do my best for you, even though I'm not that great, but I will look to do better. By the end of the third movie, he was a Jedi. Took him 3 movies to do it. Rey's just like, I'm a Jedi. It's like, I'm a Jedi. No, the hell you ain't.
No, you're not. You're not.
Yeah, and it's one big reason why Lids and I are a big fan of animes like Sailor Moon, because when she starts out, she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She has the flaws of being a klutz, a ditz, and a crybaby, but if you pay attention to each episode or each chapter of the manga, or if you want the more shorter version, Sailor Moon Crystal, you actually watch Usagi grow to be a competent leader, while still being lovable and endearing.
Nick goes to say, okay, I can agree to that much regarding KROA. It's cool, dude. Sean says, you're not wrong. I think that's regarding the hero's journey. Nick says, the lack of understanding the formula is why the Disney Star Wars sequels failed to sustain interest. Yep.
And I got another... Oh, sorry.
No, you finish, man. You finish.
One main reason would be a certain Miss Kennedy, but we've gone on about her enough already.
Yeah, let's put that dead horse to rest. Though, if I may add a Western reference to my examples, well, technically I did with She-Ra, but a more known comic book reference, even Bats took his lumps when he started out before he put the cape and cowl on. Especially if you remember how he nearly died in Mask of the Phantasm when you see his origin.
Yep.
And even in the comics where Bane broke his back.
Yep. Also, regarding some of the Disney Star Wars movies, I remember seeing this in a comments section. Now, this was either about Solo or this was about Rogue One. I forget the commenter's name, but they said, and I quote, "It is because of this movie I have forgiven Episode 2. And I don't know too many people that liked Episode 2.
Not really.
Nick goes to say, Ray literally had 1 year of force training. 1. He goes on to say, well, KK is a given, but she's out soon.
I
Well,
hope
thank
so.
Christ.
And I think there was a news article saying that, I think I may have posted it in the Discord, that she was barred from Lucasfilm for touching Indiana Jones 5, and that was Spielberg's request.
Nick goes to say, The Rise of Skywalker was a train wreck written like a bad video game. Just so I can get the context, Nick, when we say like a bad video game, are we talking like one of the not so great GTA games, or... Although I don't hear Random talking too well about what he refers to as Dad Vengers, which is the current Avengers game. Dan says, since you mentioned it, I have a weird image of Batman singing Elton John's I'm Still Standing to Bane after Batman recovers from Bane's broken back.
Oh, Dan.
Damn it, Dan!
Kathleen Kennedy's contract expires in 2021. She is going to Bad Robot and start an all-female production company. Ugh.
Oh my
dear
Lord. No wonder John Boyega left that hellhole.
And Nick says,
I really hate how he got treated in that franchise. It was badass.
Yeah.
Like he just basically was Ray's bitch boy. Yeah, I said it.
He says as an example of a written like a bad video game, and I quote, Last of Us 2.
Oh no.
That train wreck. Oh yeah, that's the one that you got us to do a commentary of, that guy that was talking about the ideology in that, and that one that where they said, what would you rather have? These DC comic covers of Wonder Woman or the new Power Squad? The one where Raiden literally lost his mind.
Oh dear.
To its credit, it turns out a lot of those rumors were false. But the game, to my understanding, while the gameplay was fun, the premise in itself just didn't really do too well.
Ooh, this could shake things up. Adam Wofford, by the way, nice to see you again.
Hello.
He says, quote, why did Rey need training? She knew damn near everything in Force Awakened, Jedi Mind Trick, and Force Pull, and she was a better sword fighter than Ben and Luke. Oh, I sense a shitstorm coming. Nick says, consider this. None of the sequel era actors wanted to come back for more Star Wars. Why is that? Why is Daisy crying she can't find work after that? That train wreck ruined lives and the fandom. Yeah, and apparently Disney are now saying that that trilogy might not be canon now. Much to the delight of everybody. And they got rid of Luke for no justifiable reason. Fans were pissed with that.
Yeah. And his heel turn from what we'd see him last in Return of the Jedi, that was like a big middle finger to the fans.
Yeah, I was excited to see more of a route from maybe the Dark Horse comics, where you kind of see him trying to rebuild the Academy and being married to Mara Jade, who is a badass in the comics. Highly recommend.
Adam's...
Not some bitter hermit getting drunk off of alien milk.
Adam goes to say, hammer to the face instead of The Last of Us 2. Nick goes to said, hashtag, with respect, we reject. I actually like that. With respect, we reject. I like that. In all amongst all of that, I never got the opinions of others regarding Wacky Mackey putting restrictions on his talent on the Twitch channels. Who did not get to say their piece?
I didn't.
Lids, go ahead.
Yo, Vince! Whoopi, I want to control your wrestlers by controlling them as a product. I thought we abolished slavery. The fact that I'm surprised that at this point, if they don't do this, if they don't leave their Twitch or their whatever by 30 days, they have every right to file a class action lawsuit because that is completely illegal. Sorry, it is. Or here's a thought: how about a union? Just like it's about time, isn't it? Because at this point, you're implementing these laws to the independent contractors, people that you technically have contracts under. I'm putting air quotes on contract because they're just glorified lists of what not to do and what not, and what to do and what not to do. The fact that you say that you own their name, their actual names, and not their wrestling names, it's kind of wrong. I'm sorry. That sounds like fucking slavery to me. Or you say you own a person's name. You do not own a person's name. You own a person's stage name, not their real name. Wacky Mackey needs to go, and he can take Bruce Pritchard with him. Have a nice day.
Just for context, Lids, are you basically suggesting he has to go the way of old Yeller?
Yes. Yes, he does. I'll be more than happy to friggin' let him borrow my shotgun.
Who else didn't get to say their piece?
I haven't.
Raiden, I hand you your weapon of choice. Do what you must.
Man, Vincey Poo. How many times you gonna lose your sanity? I guess until you're dead, huh? Sorry for being morbid, but you know I'm right. But hey, if you keep doing this shit, like let's say union is a coming. Like, come on. This COVID shit has gotten way out of hand for people, so they need a little bit extra income, because people can say whatever they want, WWE being the number one company in the world, but they got the money, they got all that, but Rona has kind of has basically fucked everything over. Also, for the money to put over the stupid ass Thunderdome, yeah, right. Also, I'm hearing that Mr. Lesnar hasn't had a contract, which I assume when this ends he'll get back into it, because no one can have that Brock Lesnar money in WWE, and we all know Vince is a giant, and I mean giant, and I apologize for nothing for making this statement, a giant hard off of Lesnar, because we all know he loves using him to his advantage. But yeah, you know what? It doesn't surprise me that he'll be that petty to do shit like this. But all I'll say is that for superstars who are not independent contractors, either do something or shut the fuck up on social media. Seth, I don't want to hear shit from you, because I know damn well you'll talk out your ass defending WWE, while your boy Moxley is having the time of his life. So I don't want to hear that dumb shit. Like, I'm done. Do something. Actually, fucking do something instead of whining like a little bitch on social media. Alright, just actually stand up to the man. You have your rights. You have the right to do something. People on the outside are saying something or trying to help. But the fact is, people are not doing anything and just keeping their nose clean. Absolutely shows the character of people. Either stand up to the old fart or just quit. Simple as that.
Just do what
That's how I
Punk
feel
did.
about the situation.
Just do what Punk did.
Walk the fuck out.
Yeah. When did you say your piece?
Well, all I can say is that if Vince really does stick to his guns with this, he's gonna be in one hell of a shit show, because people aren't gonna put up with that. People will only take so much shit before they hit their breaking point, and in some cases pull a Punk and walk out. Or in some cases they may retaliate even further with various lawsuits. You might anger someone to the point where they may take that anger too far. So not only are you doing something completely stupid and borderline fascist, in my opinion, because you're pretty much saying that your roster aren't human beings and denying them their basic human rights. In other words, having a social life outside of the ring.
Yep.
You're pretty much going to put your life in danger because you're going to piss off the wrong person.
Nope.
Vince, do the world a favor. Fucking retire and back down. This is not a hill to die on.
Nope.
Amen.
I know this is not really your expertise, Steve, but it does involve platforms like Twitch, which is probably a little bit more of an interest to you. What's your take on this?
Oh, Vince, you really are gonna end up eating your own words one of these days. Because you never know what happens when you push people too far. To quote the Joker, all it takes is just one bad day. That's all it takes.
Oh, good lord. Now I'm envisioning Vince McMahon as the Joker.
Oh, God.
But, again, with that, I go back to that quote. I forget what it was, but it used the word exploitation. That's not a word that you use to describe someone that works under you, one of your colleagues. You're really going to push the wrong buttons with this, Vince. And if you're not careful, I just feel as though it's going to end up in a hostile takeover of WWE, and Vince being chucked out.
Please. Yep. I'm just going to read a few more comments just so that people get their voices heard. Adam says Disney doesn't like redheads. Nick says it's with respect we reject. It's what my pal Doomcock says Hollywood in general doesn't like redheads, and I'm like, but I like redheads. Look at all the characters who were originally gingers. It's sad. Dan says, didn't Jesse Ventura try to unionize the wrestlers? It sounds like something he would do. I think Vince McMahon should go the way of the real Seymour Skinner, if you catch my reference. I saw what you did there. Nick, in Palpatine voice, do it. Dan, maybe we should lock Vince in Arkham Asylum. No, he would enjoy that far too much and actually make it his summer house.
He'd probably get Bane as one of the WWE champions.
Well, to be fair, Bane does actually have a history as an Hispanic wrestler, so that is actually apt. Nick, the Thunderdome, more like the Seizure Dome. Moxley going to AEW was the best decision he ever made. Same with Brody Lee. Dan says, I just got this weird image of the WWE talent marching and singing their own version. Do you hear the people sing from Les Miserables? Dan, great. I'm imagining Vince McMahon as Jared Leto's Joker. Let's not say we did. I do not need the idea of Vince McMahon being inappropriate and handing out. Hang on.
Ha! I found the perfect gift for my
Ah!
Ah!
Leto did that.
Oh, lovely. But yeah, I
Yeah.
figured this gift Raiden would appreciate.
The only difference is Jazz was actually likable.
Ooh.
Touche.
Co92 says
What the hell?
Yeah, that's what apparently Jared Leto did with some of his cast members whilst being in character as his Joker. He handed out.
Oh yeah. I know there was. I know there were other things that I don't remember.
Co92 says it's only a matter of time before the government decides to step in before McMahon goes too far. Nick says Vince would turn Arkham Asylum into Raw Underground. Nick goes to Dan. Would Mandy Rose be Vince's Harley then?
No! No! Fuck no!
Oh God!
Looking at that clip.
Oh, Adam Wofford put McMahon in the H.P. Lovecraft version of Arkham, not DC's seeing how.
Oh, God.
See how long he will last.
I've just got chills from that. Oh.
I saw a little bit of that new HBO series Lovecraft Country. Oof, oh Lord.
All I can
Sorry,
say is, all I can
Discord
say is,
connect on me again.
Yeah.
all I can say is Cthulhu 2020.
Why not?
Okay. We're still on the subject of wrestling, so we mentioned a Mr. Juan Cena earlier.
Oh.
Is John Cena playing Sandman in an upcoming Spider-Man movie?
Oh,
Hey, what?
I heard about this today.
I find it funny since he is going to be in the new Suicide Squad movie next year.
So one of the only wrestlers to have been in both Marvel and DC movies.
Cena appears to be testing the waters for potentially playing Sandman in a future Spider-Man movie with a curious image posted to the superstar's official Instagram account. This week, artist Jackson Caspers posted some interesting fan art online depicting how Cena might look if he were to play the part. As the casting suggestion quickly had a lot of fans sold upon seeing the fan art, the image went viral, sowing the seeds for a possible entrance into the MCU with Cena playing the Sandy supervillain. Apparently, word of the fan interest in seeing Cena's Sandman made it back to the 16-time world champion, and the wrestler chose to fan the flames by posting an image of the character on his own Instagram page. The artwork depicts Sandman preparing to pulverize poor Spidey with a sand-made hammer hand, leaving our favourite web-slinger looking terrified and vulnerable. It's a great illustration of the supervillain at work, but Cena stopped short of adding a capture or any comments to the post. Clearly Cena is wanting his fans to keep the discussion going, and posting the picture seems to suggest the F9 star would be up for the role. Damn. That's actually good. There's no indication that Sandman will be featured in any future Marvel movie, but it's definitely possible. Tom Holland is set to reprise the role of Peter Parker in the MCU in his third solo Spider-Man movie, but it remains unclear which villains the web-slinger will be facing in the upcoming movie. This opens the door for someone like Sandman to step in, possibly played by Cena, as many fans seem to be hoping. Of course, should that fail, there would always be the option for Sony to bring in Cena's Sandman into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, similar to how they've done with Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in Venom. Sandman has gotten some recognition on the big screen in years gone by. One of the elementals featured in Spider-Man Far From Home is also clearly inspired by the Sandman, though it's technically not the same character. The Flint Marker version of Sandman was included much more prominently in Sam Raimi's 2007 sequel Spider-Man 3, which was the third and final installment of the original Spider-Man movie trilogy, with Tobey Maguire, Thomas Hayden Church played the supervillain in the movie. As for Cena, time will tell if he'll make his way into the Marvel movie, but the actor is already set to appear soon enough in the DCEU. Thanks to writer and director James Gunn, Cena will star as the violent pacifist peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. As part of the ensemble cast also features names like Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, Joe Kinnaman, Peter Capaldi, and Viola Davis. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna play the Thinker.
Ooh.
Oh.
Perhaps if Cena's take on the DC character is well received by the fans, the odds will be in favour for scoring the role of Sandman, or perhaps another supervillain in the MCU as well. This news comes to us from John Cena on Instagram. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Yeah. I mean, Cena has that right sort of range as an actor to try different things like that. So, yeah, have at it. I'll be intrigued to see what he does as Jacob Toretto in Fast 9 next year.
It should have been Jacob O'Connor.
It really should have.
Seriously, think about it. It would have made more sense.
Yeah, and it would have made a revenge angle. You got no, not a revenge angle because Brian's not dead in this universe. The actor's dead, but Brian is still alive.
Yeah, written off, but it's more of he didn't. I would keep the estranged thing, but this time for Brian, like I never knew him, so whatever he feels it. I don't know. He just doesn't know. I think he's just being just controlled by Cypher, Charlie Theron's character.
Yeah. Like I say, we'll see. Because we know that he can actually do versatile roles, especially with what he did as Ferdinand. The thing is with Cena, he can be more charismatic. He can show that he can be daring. He can be relentless. He can be funny. He can even be romantic in some of his movie roles. It's just people are so used to him being the one-note expression in WWE. But, that's down to Wacky Mackey's booking. But, like I say, I got no problem with him being Sandman. I'll see what he brings. Win. Go.
I see it. I kind of want to see it, especially since Cena's actually been getting better and better with his acting. This is probably a unpopular opinion. Maybe it's a popular opinion. I don't know. But he's been getting better with his acting from the little I've seen him in. Because I actually thoroughly enjoyed him when he was in Bumblebee.
Yep. And
a lot of the family films he's done before, he's been pretty damn charming. Cena, we give him a lot of flack for his earlier wrestling career, but to my understanding, he's a very awesome and approachable dude.
Yep.
So to see him play a supervillain, be it a B-lister, C-lister, D-lister, I wouldn't mind seeing it, honestly. And the resemblance is pretty damn uncanny with that artwork.
Yeah.
Sony, Marvel, take this into consideration. You might have a gold mine on your hands.
Raiden.
What was that?
Raiden, your thoughts?
Oh, I mean, spinning image. I mean, from what I've seen of Cena in films, he has been improving left and right. So if this happens, I'm good. And personally, like I said, I can't wait to see what he can do in Suicide Squad. But if he gets this role, I feel like he'll body it because say what you will about the guy, but ever since he's been off of WWE, his acting has been on full swing.
Yep.
Personal favorite was in Blockers.
Mm-hmm.
Cena, that's not how you drink a beer.
Hell, even before that.
Oh god.
I think he was in a comedy one time with I forgot. I think he played a drug dealer called Pazuzu, and oh my lord, I was just dying laughter with that fake ass beard he had.
And of course, then there was that train wreck of a
Amy
movie.
Poehler. She was in the comedy with Amy Poehler.
Yeah. And then of course there was that train wreck comedy he was in with Trainwreck with actress's name is on the tip of my tongue.
Amy Schumer.
Yes. Where he had the misfortune of having a love scene with her.
Oh my lord.
Oh god.
Where even in the movie they goes like, hey, tell Marky Mark down front to keep quiet. I'm like, that was a facepalm. And it hurt. I'm like, you made the most tired, overused joke about Cena looking like Marky Mark. It's just like, yeah, 2002 called it like it would like its joke back.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I appreciate attractive is subjective, but there are some people out there that thinks that Amy Schumer is a big catch. All I will say is, I will say this politely, thanks but no thanks.
Basically.
Yeah. I prefer women that... This is not a physical thing, so don't go all hating things like, oh, you're distancing her because she's slightly curvy. No, I'm distancing myself from her because I don't like her personality. You know, there's having girls that say how they feel but do it in a way that's classy and respectful, i.e. like Win. And then there's people like Amy Schumer. The difference between them is Win has class, Amy does not. And a big smile is just beaming across Raiden's face going, good, good, good. Dan Williams says, his words, quote, I think Amy Schumer is ugly on the inside. Okay,
Yeah.
I hear no disagreements. That's all. That's pretty much all motioned.
I don't know enough. I don't really know enough about her to pass judgment, except that her acting's hit or miss, and her stand-up is terrible.
Nick goes.
She's basically ripping off Richard Pryor, and yeah, you don't do that.
Nick goes, or Rebel Wilson. So much beef.
Oh no!
To her credit, she did lose quite a bit of weight recently.
I'm just gonna read.
Her acting, she's a bit of a dumpster fire.
I'm just gonna.
And she's also someone I don't know enough about.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna read some more comments just so that we can get all caught up. Vince, I like beef, just so much beef. Dan, John Cena's Sandman, I can see that happening. Nick, I mean, just look at Keith Lee and Big E, so much beef. Adam, a few days ago, I saw on Facebook people found a crystal dagger in a cave. I guess we will need it to kill the Night King this winter when the White Walkers show up. No thanks.
Oh, no.
Nick.
No, I'm good.
Nick. Ira will beat you to it, is what she does. In my honest opinion, Spider-Man 3 nailed Sandman, aside from the retcon of killing Peter's uncle. That was dumb. Cena was great in the Marine. 12 rounds was decent too. Vince. Nick as Vince. But Cena lost so much beef. Where did all that big, beautiful beef go? I'm sensing a theme here. Adam, more like 1997 called, hey, that's my joke, it wasn't back then. Dan, I think Amy Schumer's over the inside, yeah. And we've caught up to Nick saying Rebel Wilson. Okay, these are Dan's words, okay?
Okay.
What is the difference between Amy Schumer and Miss Piggy?
What?
Answer.
Miss Piggy is more iconic. She's a little spoiled, but beloved.
He answers.
Andy is not.
He answers. One's an obnoxious, loud, chubby blonde, and the other is Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Miss Piggy's pushy, but she has her endearing moments and is actually pretty damn funny.
Yep.
Very beloved. People still talk about her. Hell, people still talk about the Muppet.
And then of course
Amy Schumer, however, no.
And of course there was that weird exchange on Halloween Raw in 2011 where Kelly goes up to kiss Kermit and Miss Piggy's like, what the hell just happened? Okay, nobody remembers that. Why am I the only one that remembers that?
I don't remember that.
I don't want to.
And that was also the one where R-Truth cosplayed as Ghostface in a main event match. No, Miz cosplayed as Ghostface in the main event on Raw. And and it was against R-Truth. That was the whole Halloween theme for that evening. Just that one match. And Nick goes and says, that's how I feel about current Melissa McCarthy. Nick, you're my brother from another mother. I love you. I'm not defending you for that one. Nope, sorry. Love you, dude, but no. Adam Walfer says Miss Piggy is funny and Amy isn't. Yeah, that I will agree wholeheartedly. Well, just as well he didn't hear about the Karen movie earlier. Woohoo!
Oh,
no.
Yeah, we're not revisiting that anytime soon.
I need brain bleach.
I'll tell you what. As a palate cleanser, would you like to see a Mr. Beast video?
Yes, please.
please.
Yes, please.
Okay, hang on. Alright, I gotta do some stuff here a second. Right, folks, it's time for, as we like to do, stream some videos. Nick goes to say, as I recall, Disney ruined the Muppets by having Mrs. Piggy divorce Kermit. What the hell, Disney?
How do you do that?
Because fuck us, that's why.
Pretty much. Grammarly, I'm not buying your damn product. Go away.
Alright, I'm at 0.
Okay, I'll take
two.
I'll tell you in a moment.
Well done.
Right. I'm going to have to turn it up slightly because Wynn's fan's a little distracting in the background. We know it's not your fault.
I can turn it off for the video.
Okay. Oh, that's better. Right. I am at 0. Who else is at 0?
I am.
Okay. Raiden?
Ditto. And this ad has 5 ads.
Oh, good lord. Alright, folks.
5?
Alright, folks, just a quick heads up in the chat. Although we love Mr. Beast as a content creator, he does put way too many commercials in his videos. But the guy does a lot of good work for charity, and he does help a lot of people out who desperately need it. So, yeah.
I just hope that they're safe for work commercials and not anything else.
Yes, we don't need any more commercials for contraceptives like we saw last week. Seriously, dude, what the hell?
Or that one that you ended up getting near the end of the last season, which was about bladder control or something.
Oh, yes.
I think they're picked at random because I've watched some video game ones before that had ads, and Every now and then I would get one for cosmetics.
Hmm. All right.
I usually get political ads. It's kind of annoying.
All right.
Me, I get a lot of Raid Shadow Legends ads.
Oh, don't talk.
I get
Yeah.
I get political ads, and then I get stuff for anime apps. I'm like, I'll probably look at it later. Please go.
Yeah, if I'm on my phone, I'll
Crunchyroll.
keep getting an ad for a tower defense game called Arknights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you get that ad too?
and
Yes.
Also, don't talk to Win about Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that meme. I'm aware of the ad. Some people say the game's good, but at the same time, a lot of people have clowned it too.
All right. Everyone's at 0.
Yes, I'm at 0.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, Mr. Beast, get your user up to 1 million subscribers in 24 hours. Play.
In this video, I will be giving 1 million subscribers to one of these 4 small YouTubers. I'm gonna need you to put your hand on my down and
Yay.
play button. Okay. Whichever one of them takes their hand off
Whoa.
last gets a shout out at the
real
end of the
fun?
video.
Oh,
When I
that's a
shouted out
pretty
my brother
button.
in this video right here, he gained over 1 million subscribers in under 24 hours. You could gain like 2 or 3 million, like not even joking. So what's your channel name? No. What's your channel name? Bruh. What about you? You? Sadly, we had to bleep it all out because only the winner of this challenge gets a shout out. Every time they say the name of their channel, it will be bleeped.
Here's $1,000. Here's $1,000 and 2 smaller rubber bands. I want to teach you guys how to give away money, so stay here.
Wait, is this our $1,000?
I think we're giving it away to somebody.
I ordered pizzas from 4 different restaurants. Hey! You give a pizza to a different person.
Here
Hey.
is a tip of $1,000.
This is for you, my friend.
Huh?
I appreciate the pizza. Yeah, give me a high five. Heck yeah.
Question
Could you
is,
just
what
say
is-
to the
what are the
camera, subscribe
toppings?
to-
Subscribe to these nuts.
Alright, well, it was bleeped. You might as well subscribe to me, though, while you're at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks like good pizza.
Wait,
During this challenge, we're going to do lots of similar stuff like that because
Yes,
one of you
Chad.
is getting a million
Chad, give it all to
subscribers.
me.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
that's
go see the
right.
next one.
Be selfish.
Wait, did you get an ad already?
We have something fun for you guys. Let me show you guys your surprise. Okay, can you guys bring the podium over here? Don't forget.
Wait, Raiden, did you
keep
get an ad
your
already?
wording, Keep your hands on it. Show right here, boys. Let's reveal
know.
the secret.
No, everything's good on my end.
Okay, okay.
a brand new car.
We went to your
Nice.
house and we grabbed your car.
I need to tell my roommates to not let you guys over it.
Why?
Let's do it.
All right, there we go. On this channel, we've destroyed tons of cars, and I think it's very valuable for you guys as well. You need to know how to destroy a car and buy a better one.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
This car low-key sucks, so I want a few swings at it myself.
Remember, keep your hands on it. If you let go while you're
I hope
swinging,
he got
you're
all
still
the
out.
possessions out of the car.
You'd think.
Really? Oh!
Your window's gone.
Yeah, I know.
Just wanted to point that out.
Let's go for the pickaxe. That seems like a much better idea.
Oh my.
Yeah!
Smashed him.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh my god!
Oh, ad coming up.
I think I might have saw.
Ah, damn it.
War Thunder now.
I don't want to buy
Yeah,
War
I
got
Thunder.
it. I got one too.
Alright, I'm paused at 2:30.
Same.
Okay. I got 2 ads in one go. What the hell?
2 ads in one go?
I'll
Yeah,
get
there we
mine.
go. I'm at 2:30.
Yep, 2:30.
Same.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, resume.
Come on.
Mine?
Yeah?
I might be wrong. I want to be wrong.
All right, let's look at the footage.
My mind was so focused on that headlight. Should have stuck with that first hit. I got greedy.
Well, 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 boys, do I have footage to show you? The gentleman in question here is this man right here. Let's get everyone's opinion but his.
So this is his hand right here. He's about to start swinging. He's rearing back. And you look in the reflection, look there. What's your verdict?
My verdict is that it left the glass.
What's your verdict?
It left the class.
Oh, you guys are no.
Good. Because if you said it didn't, you'd be lying. Your hand left the glass.
Yeah, it did. Oh
Poor
no.
guy.
Let's blame Carl.
Contest, you might as well take your hand off now.
Now go kill Carl!
Oh my god, it's cramped. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem.
Amazing however long we've been here for. And go follow.
That was a really long beep. We'll just head on out.
Technically, it's all Carl's car's fault
It
that you
is.
got out, so... Why?
Destroy the car!
Focus on Carl's car!
Really?
What?
You got, bro?
All right, gentlemen, 1 down, 3 remain. One of you 3 are getting 1 million subscribers, or 2 million.
That's crazy.
Or 3 million, I don't know, depends on how well the video does. Okay. So if you were to win and gain millions of subscribers, what type of content could they expect?
We do type stuff. We people. I hope to do more challenges. Things like these nuts. I make
These nuts.
way too much over editing, and I'm never letting go of this button.
Every time we do one of these long challenges, you guys always comment, how did they use the bathroom? This is fake. Usually I don't show it, but we put a bucket, we grab a towel.
Oh, not
and
a
we hold
bucket,
it in front of
no!
them like this, and we let them use the bathroom.
Oh!
You can put the camera down. It's not fake though, I promise.
I'm thinking we start a really long time lapse.
How long we talking?
Like
Oh, the
5 hours.
indignity.
Okay. Do you guys need anything before we start this?
Water?
Water. Okay.
Water? Yep.
Water. Water. Okay, 1 sec.
Water.
Yeah, we're gonna start a 5-hour time lapse.
Water.
Let's see if anyone gets
Another
out.
ad coming
Bye,
up.
guys.
Have you guys heard of Opera GX browser?
15 hours. Actually, less than 6.
Opera GX
got
browser is one of
one.
the world's first browser.
Hold on.
Paused at 5 minutes.
Okay, I am on 5 minutes.
Who else is on 5 minutes?
Okay, I am on 5 minutes.
5 minutes even.
Mm-hmm.
4 more to go, guys. 4 more to go.
5 minutes. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, resume. 6 hours.
It is now morning. You
Ding,
guys
ding,
survived the
ding,
first
ding,
night.
ding.
How tired are you?
I love the elevator music.
I think I was dreaming with my eyes open, so there's that.
I was honestly expecting one of you to get out. I'm kind of surprised. Normal people eat
They
food in the
gotta
morning.
make sure
So let's
that they
go
get
some
some
food. I
sleep
pulled up a
after
truck
the
over here.
challenge.
I'm
Our
gonna take you
food
guys to a
or
restaurant.
water?
Alright, let's go.
Give them water. Give the.
You
They
get
had
now, you're
pizza.
retired for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you guys can get in the truck.
We're gonna take him to a restaurant with that thing.
Off
Okay,
the
cool. Oh, thank God, he put on pants.
Detached. This is making me very nervous.
Rotate me.
All the hands are staying on.
Congratulations! None of you took your hands off. Are you ready to go get some food?
Let's do it!
And I'm gonna get this 1 million subscribers. Easy.
Speed bumps, everybody be careful.
Oh.
This looks like a harmless thought trap.
Hey!
Thank you. Now that you guys have food, I have one more stop planned before we go back. Carl, sit tight.
Okay.
I know where they went. They went to
Carl,
Taco
how much was your
Bell.
car worth?
$2,000?
The car that we smashed.
Oh, now I'm getting hungry.
Play it again. Since it was worth $2 grand, we're gonna buy you a $15,000 car. But they get a pick. We're gonna pull you guys to the $15,000.
Wait,
car.
what?
Okay.
All right, Carl.
Wait,
what
that's
is going through your
7
mind?
times
They're
as
scheming
much.
on what car you should drive.
I'm really worried. I feel like I've been nice to them, so I hope they don't screw me over.
You also thought you were nice to people in the island video, but they
Oh,
also screwed you over.
give
This
him
car
the
right
clown
here is
car.
under $15,000. If you guys choose, this can be Carl's new car.
I think this is a little too nice for Carl.
I think we should get him something worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl sucks. Carl sucks.
Oh, this is
Carl
mean.
sucks.
Oh, how about that juke, though?
Oh no.
Oh, how about that juke? It looks pretty dope. I think
That's
it's
not
gonna
too
suit
bad of a
Carl.
car.
I just need 2 yeses. Raise your hand if you yes. I see 2 hands. Carl, congrats on your juke! Yeah! Juke, 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 juke.
All right, boys, welcome back to the studio. Let's get you back to your usual location. Do it. Keep those hands on. We're watching, boys.
19 hours.
No need to rush.
All right, the hands are still on the play button.
Another ad coming up.
And you're back home.
I haven't had talk.
Damn it.
Take your hands off.
Okay, I'm paused at 7.
Damn it, I got another ad. Damn it.
I know.
Same here.
I'm voting for you, Biden. Just stop showing me ads.
Drizzle sauces. I could use some drizzle sauces.
I got 2 ads.
7:31.
All right, hold on. Oh.
All
I got
right,
2.
7:31.
There's not just 1 ad break. There's 2 ads within 1 ad break. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I went through that.
Since when
I'm
did
at 7:30.
Okay.
Since when did YouTube start acting like a TV channel?
Since Google purchased them.
Oh, that makes sense.
To
What
be
time-
fair, on those ones, the ads were a lot shorter back then. In this case, you can just blame Susan.
Erg.
3,
What time you got? You
2.
guys?
I'm at 7:30.
7:30.
I'm at 7:31.
7:31.
Okay. 3,
Okay, 7:31.
3, 2, 1. Resume.
Wow, man. I don't know how it's gonna affect my body. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad to be standing because my butt hurts so bad.
I'm better.
Why would you give them Taco Bell?
Oh God, Taco Bell, no.
That's like that's a mistake.
Our side
Maybe-
channel, my
that's-
brother's channel.
maybe
I like the
Taco
chili-
Bell more.
And the channel you're
I like their
Taco Bell
chalupas.
good.
I like their crunch wraps, but
Since you guys
ugh,
are being stubborn, we
that
have
can
to
make
Taco
your
Bell's
stomach
good.
hurt.
pick a number between
Yeah,
1 and 3,
that
each
would
of you.
destroy your inside.
1. Okay. 3 was the number, so you have to hold
Never
the bigger one.
had-
You now, with your offhand, have to hold a gold play button while keeping your hand on the diamond.
I have
play
seen
button at the same
they are
time.
acting
If you
a
drop the
lot
golden
of
play
stuff.
button or it touches the ground in any
Oh my
way,
God.
All right, let's do this. One other thing, who got my brother's play button? I did. Oof. Sorry about that. I'm kidding. Love you, CJ. That's not inside though.
Jeez.
Oh, they've now spent a day awake.
It's time to make it harder.
Over
This
it.
is how you're currently doing
I've
it. You have
never
your
been
right
able
hand
to
on
do
the
that.
play button. You need to
I
pick
can't do
one
it.
finger,
Like,
starting
No
now.
matter
4
how good the
hours.
prize is, I
Alright,
just
one
can't
finger.
do it.
Now I'm
I
gonna
gotta,
roll
I
these
got,
fingers so the viewers can
I
see.
gotta use the
Boom.
bathroom.
This finger has to be touching.
I
The rest
did
of your
that
hand is now
once.
irrelevant. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying.
Oh, really?
That was in
One finger
2017.
is all you guys
After
have
going
left,
to
and
a-
you still have to
after
carry the
going to
golden
a
play
friend's
button,
wedding,
but no one gets out
and then
anytime
having
soon. We're gonna have to
immediately
make it
going
way
to
harder.
a
I'm
night
gonna
shift
keep
at
trying to
work.
focus on my finger and the golden play button.
Stayed
We'll
awake
see how
for
it goes.
about
I'm tired as
20
heck right now, and a little bit
Fuck.
delusional.
3 hours,
I can
I'd say.
guarantee this will not last 2 hours.
Look at how much effort they're putting in. Whoever wins, you
And
have
afterwards,
to
I ended
subscribe
up
to them.
sleeping
Watch
for about
to the end.
12.
Oof.
Oh.
I stayed up all night once when I was a kid, and
I'm
yeah,
putting a bunch
as soon
of
as morning
firecrackers
hit, I was
in your
unconscious
hand. I
on
want
my
you to
bed,
let them, me and
asleep for
Carl
the
will
rest of
distract
the
them.
day.
No, not yet. I got a few questions to ask you guys. I think we
No,
should
no,
let them
what are you
know
doing?
What type of content would you make if you won?
You say something for the million?
Yeah. Look.
Nobody?
I thought that was gonna work. Did that scare you?
No, for some reason, I don't know why.
Man, none of that mattered. I was just trying to distract you. You guys are so.
Damn it, Carl! You had one job.
All right, boys, it's time to make it harder.
Doing.
Bring it on in. Like I was telling you, we're gonna.
I know he didn't
elevate
light
up
it.
to
I'm just
here.
blaming
So you have to
Carl.
hold your hand higher up.
Oh, come
As you can see, the box is now elevated. It's taller than me.
What makes Starborn the greatest game you've never heard of? Well, to begin with, it's basically
another ad?
civilization in space,
Yep.
but
Which is gonna make.
What time?
10 minutes. Exactly.
Okay. Oh Lord, Wendy, stop making me hungry.
Oh, now I'm hungry too.
All right, I'm at 10 minutes.
Same here. It's almost over. It's almost over, guys.
Yay!
more
And
ads.
then I can turn my fan back on because it's kind of like a hot box in here.
Oh,
94 more minutes when.
It's gotten up to 100 degrees.
Oh,
God
no.
damn.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Resume.
Make it harder because they have to hold their arms up.
Dude, every time I'm like, it can't get any harder. It gets so much harder.
it's a shoulder workout, guys. This is
Yeah.
That's what
definitely
he
more
said.
physically taxing.
My shoulder hurts. And how am I still awake? I don't remember even getting here.
I don't really know what to do besides time lapse,
Adrenaline
so I guess I'll
rush,
see you
maybe?
guys in like 5 hours.
We've tried everything, and
Give him
we
some
just
Red
can't
Bull.
scare-
Give him some Red Bull.
See, we scare Carl, but not them. They don't even flinch.
How are they even awake at this point?
Probably an
We're
adrenaline
over
rush.
30 hours into this challenge. It's time for
Maybe.
things to get fun. That golden play button is so
Oh
close to the
no!
ground.
Oh no!
Speaking of your gold play buttons, I brought my silver ones. You guys now have to hold a silver play button along with the gold play button.
Oh no!
Just so you know, if you drop the gold play button or the silver play button, you lose. But that's not hard enough, and we need one of you to get out. I'm also gonna put duct tape on the ground because, like, seriously, one of you needs to get out. You can no longer cross this orange duct tape line. You have to keep your finger on there, hold the 2 play buttons, and stand behind that line. Someone get out!
I'm not gonna make it. I have like a couple seconds left. It's like my arm is feeling like it's being ripped off.
Definitely feel my shoulder getting worked out right now, and I don't know how long I'm gonna last. We'll see.
We have $10,000 in actual money sitting right here. We will hand you 10 grand and let you walk out the door.
What if I spin this?
I'd take it if I was that time.
Huh? Wait, so how long do you have to spin it?
I'd say
a
about-
good
you
6
look- you're
seconds.
about to pass out.
I'll set this 10 grand at your feet and let you keep it.
You'll give me the 10 grand either way.
Yeah. This is very weird, but I'm digging it.
3, 2,
Can't watch.
1.
I can't watch. I can't watch. I can't watch. Oh
Let me
my
win.
God. 3,
I
4,
can't watch.
oh my God. 5, 6.
No
way! No way! Did his foot cross the line? Before we check the footage, no matter what, you get 10 grand.
Woo! You've done this
Here's
before.
$5,000.
I don't know what just happened.
Here's another 5 grand. That was pretty cool. But as I said, if his foot went in front of the orange line, he's out. We will be back.
Either way, you got the 10 grand though. That's a good feeling.
I know, but a million subscribers.
I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it.
Jimmy?
Okay, so do I let go?
Yeah, you did cross the line. I said
You crossed the
couldn't.
line! Oh no!
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
No, no.
Gotta go home and take a nap.
Well, at least he has 10 grand.
Yay.
Oh, that's nice.
Another
Gee,
conversion.
thanks a lot, Target, for reminding me of back.
No, no.
Alright, I'm at 1231.
Alright. Not much longer, Wayne.
Yeah, we're almost good. We're almost good.
Okay, I'm ready.
Guy on the right here looks like he's like.
I'm at 1232. That's the best I can do.
Yeah.
Alright, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all fine. It's all fine.
Guy at the far right of the screen is just like, please, can I stop?
Please make this end.
3, 2, 1. Resume.
Dude, I'm so sorry. You did fantastic.
Oh, now go home and take a
I also want to
nap.
give you $10,000.
Yeah.
Just as
You earned it,
30
dude.
hours is literally insane.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, thanks.
Dude,
I love
brother.
you, bro.
I'm too tired for all this.
Go take a nap on your money.
Guy, I mean, sad to see him go. We were all here for each other, so.
Man.
Does it feel good to sit down?
Yeah,
Aww.
it's amazing.
I wouldn't be
We are
surprised if
reviewing
he
footage,
just falls asleep
and
right
we're
there.
reviewing footage for. I know both those are bleeped. These 2 guys.
Oh,
All right, gentlemen, I have some footage to show you.
Those are my feet.
This is while you were spinning the gold play button, okay? All right, this is where you start. Nope. Right there. You stepped over the line. Yep.
Aww.
God.
Ow.
Well, you won 10 grand.
I did win 10 grand.
Yeah, see, it wasn't for nothing. So
Yeah.
He's nuts.
still bleep. But you want to know what's not bleep?
Oh my
This
God.
guy right here. Take your finger off.
I'm gonna
Okay.
trip.
You can now say your channel name and it will not be bleeped. Zealous. All right, go subscribe. Get him to 1 million subscribers because I said he would get it. And if he doesn't, I'm a liar and I'd feel bad.
Oh my gosh.
So you want to tell them what they can expect?
I'm gonna do my absolute best to put out the best content, and I'm gonna put it out as frequently as possible for you guys.
I can tell by talking to you, like you really want it. and you
Oh
wanna
my
make this
gosh.
happen.
Yeah.
Go subscribe right here, Zealous. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
I do like that shout out to him at the end. That's good.
Mhm. Yeah.
He did make it to 1 million subscribers, so good for him.
Okay, the fan goes back on.
Hey, put on good.
Mhm. Seriously, how hot does it get out there?
Normally, like, high 80s sometimes where I live, but there's been a heat wave on and off for the past couple of weeks, so it's been up to the high 90s, and my phone just told me that it's about 100 right now. The heat wave's so bad in California that we're kind of given a stage 2 warning in terms of power, so there might be some rolling blackouts.
Oh,
if
no.
this heat does not die down, and the heat wave warning is till 6 o'clock tonight, and if it gets any hotter, it'll probably increase.
Jeez.
Yikes.
God damn it, fan!
Did it fall over again?
Yes.
Damn it.
It has a faulty little leg because certain kitty cat decided to be a butt and knock it over while it was off.
All right.
I love my cat, but he's a butt.
Nick's saying in the comments, Vince, give me more ads with beef. How do they eat with one hand? This contest needs Arby's. Can you guess why? Dan says, I'm getting YouTube Premium for the next 3 months just so the political ads don't ruin the holidays for me. Reasonable. Did you hear that Mr. Beast is getting his own game skin in Fall Guys for gaming in a charity stream? Well, that's awesome.
Ooh, cool.
Nick says this contest is unfair now. It's impossible for them to keep their arms raised like that. Simple science. Sean, have you ever watched Colin Furr's videos? He's a crazy former plumber that does mad vehicles, epic projects, and crazy inventions. Nick says, have them try to hold phone books. Game over. Ouch.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's like 92 here, next to the ocean here in California. I think it's awesome that Mr. Beast would actually go to the level to give them a shout out at the end, considering his channel's like what, up to 43 million subscribers, and he's giving people a shout out, you know, just to give them 1 million subscribers. I mean, that's giving. That's very giving. Damn. The amount of, the fact that one of them went 33 hours, I was like, I'm sorry, you can't stay awake that long. If that had been me, I would have gone 4 to 5 hours, like, nope, that's it, I'm done. Because the only way I would be able to keep my hand on that glass is if it was super glued on.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, funny I go and mention that. Over here in the UK, Steve might know about this. A lot of places didn't get newspapers delivered to a lot of newspaper outlets because the Extinction Rebellion were having protests across the country by blocking delivery trucks from leaving the newspaper depots by, and I'm only going by someone else's account of this, by super gluing themselves to the floor.
Ugh.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, I heard about this, and apparently they even blocked a hospital in one area of the country.
What's the Extinction Rebellion?
Go back a sec. They did what?
Yeah, apparently they blocked an entrance so that ambulances couldn't get in or out of a hospital.
You can't see it right now, but I'm facepalming. I have nothing. It's one thing if you block a newspaper depot, but a hospital. I could say something, but it would involve me shouting, and it's at a point in the evening where I have to keep my voice down.
Great.
What we really need right now is a combined effort of Kenshiro doing a complete insane attack whilst also performing a dragon slave. Yeah, I'm absolutely speechless. It's one like I say, it's one thing to block a newspaper depot, but a hospital. I got nothing. I got nothing. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Crazy would be a beginning. Alright. Lid's having problems still.
That was Raiden this time.
That was Raiden, not me this time.
I have no idea what happened. I don't know.
I'll make sure I do that, Dan. Well. Let's see. Right, so that's Mr. Beast. Done with that. The only thing I probably will say as a somewhat lighter thing to end on, Michael Keaton turned 69 this week.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that would please you, Lids.
Wait.
The fact that, from what I've been hearing over the last few months, that he could be coming back as Bruce Wayne, and apparently Batman and Batman Returns are likely to be canon to the shared DC universe. Unless they pull like a thing where it's like, oh, he's from an alternate reality, this, that. It would be Michael Keaton back in the fray. I don't have a problem with that. And apparently he's supposed to get back in the cape and cowl. I don't know. Could work. I mean, I'm still all for the idea of a live-action Batman Beyond movie with him as retired Bruce Wayne. Because he is more or less at the right age now.
But then who would be Terry McGinnis?
Right. The role of Terry McGinnis, he's supposed to be about 17 when Batman Beyond first begins. So you need somebody currently in Hollywood, ideally early to mid-20s, because people at 25 don't look 25. They look like they're barely getting out of their teens. So, and it's somebody who's tall, but not as tall as Bruce. So you need somebody that's about 6 foot, 6'1". Who would be ideal? Particularly at this stage in their careers.
Zachary Montgomery?
I have no idea who that is.
No. The dude who played Jason in the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've heard that.
I see.
Yeah, I could see that. He's got the muscular build. We know that he's got the charisma. Yeah, I could see that working. If he were much younger, if he were still early 20s, Chris Pine would have been an interesting choice.
Yeah.
He has the right kind of look and the right type of build. Or they could just do as they've done before with a lot of superhero movies, go for someone unknown, so at least that way they're not typecast. You know, they like how Christopher Reeves made Superman his own thing, and the same thing with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. They were able to fit themselves into the character rather than, you know, be a character, you know, an actor that's played like characters before. I mean, one of the lesser known things is some of the shortlist names that they were trying to get for Superman before Christopher Reeves. A couple of names that came out. Robert Redford was thought of at one stage, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Now, thing is, I could imagine them filling the suit out, but in terms of the sort of portrayals that we're kind of accustomed to, it would have been weird Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, then all of a sudden playing Superman. With Christopher Reeves, he had that manliness about him, but there was that gentle touch about him. You know, he was strong, but he knew as the character when to be a little bit more, I don't know if considerate's the right word, but he knew when to play things down a little bit, if that makes any sense. You can't really say the same thing about RDJ as Iron Man, because RDJ was already a well-known actor, but it was Iron Man that brought him back from obscurity. What's another one? You could make the argument that Mark Ruffalo became a household name because of the Hulk. There's another one. I'm trying to think of stuff. Christian Bale was rocketed into superstardom as Bat, but he was already known in the industry, but Batman really put him up there. Trying to think of other ones that, you know, already established, but they really got put into another plateau because of playing a superhero. Trying to think. A lot of people make the argument that Patrick Stewart reached a wider audience and became a superstar because of X-Men. It's like, Picard mean anything to you? I think more. You could make the argument with Ben Affleck as Daredevil, but Daredevil's a movie we like to try and forget.
Yeah. Half and half. The only reason it's been known is because of Evanescence.
That too, and also because I think I can say this without getting in trouble. I liked Jennifer Garner as Elektra. That's all I'm gonna say.
Honestly, I thought Ben Affleck's performance as Daredevil was pretty decent. I mean, for me, this was the first time I ever saw the character before I saw what he was really about in the Spider-Man series.
Other ones that weren't particularly well known. Pardon me. James Marsden wasn't really that well known until he played Cyclops.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman. You already mentioned Hugh Jackman.
No, I didn't, but I will mention him. He got pushed over. Nick, I hope I can say this without getting any trouble. Famke Jensen as
Famke Jensen.
Yeah. Nick says
until X3.
Yeah. Nick says gotta bail, guys and gals. Had fun though. Stay cool out there, you too. I think I can say this without getting in trouble. He's actually met Famke Janssen, and he actually presented an award for her.
Nice.
Oh.
Thing is, he doesn't have too many flattering things to say about her.
Aww.
Raiden and Lids and Steve, you're all three of you on Facebook. You can ask him about it. Don't do it all at once though, do it discreetly, but let's just say he has a few things to say, and I'll let him say it at his discretion, because there's certain things I can't say on YouTube, so he'll be able to tell
That's
you
fair.
a tiny bit more discreet.
Fair enough. I think it's best that I won't inquire.
He says she hates X-Men fans.
Oh.
And yet she signed up to play an X-Men character. Okay.
And
mind
the last
boggles.
role she did was in, I believe, a small cameo in Days of Future Past, I believe.
She did.
Yeah.
He says, I met Ian McKellen. He's awesome. Nice. Also, I know this is really, really cliche, but Cerebro. Really? No one's going to say Magneto? Because I think it's like a review channel will go, Cerebro, Magneto. Okay.
Gotta say, Ian McKellen's portrayal of Magneto was much better than Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with Fassbender's performance.
Oh yeah.
Me either, but I'm inclined to agree.
My only problem with his portrayal was in frickin' Apocalypse. I hated that movie.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I had issues with this whole the back and forth that he had, flip flopping from good guy to bad guy.
I know that shit was annoying as hell. I mean, yeah, his family got murked, but damn, the way Apocalypse just basically just manipulated him just made me just.
He goes and says, "Yeah, she did it all for the money. For the money, it was all about the money."
Would I be in the safe to say, in terms of the X-Men franchise, I liked Rebecca Romijn's Stamos over Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique?
Yeah, because at least she doesn't
God,
think
yes,
about it.
I mean, they tried so hard to make Mystique a good guy. I'm like, not who Mystique is.
She was just so much more fun and charismatic when Rebecca Romijn played her, especially the scene in X-Men 2 where she is helping Wolverine. She's disguised as Wolverine in the handcuffs, slips out of him, kicks ass, and slides under the door before it closes, giving the guy the finger.
And
I love that scene in X2 where she's talking to Nightcrawler and she asks her, "Why don't you? If you can change your form, why can't you just look yourself normal?" And her answer is, "Because we shouldn't have to." That resonates.
And despite how I feel about X3, even when she got turned back into a human, she did help out. So I respected that. That was a little bit of fun.
He goes to
until Jennifer Lawrence portrayed the character, and it was the most overdone thing I've ever seen in life.
Like by Apocalypse, she wanted out. So it's like, why didn't we just stop at Apocalypse?
And then Phoenix Force, she got killed off. So there's that.
He goes on to say, not sure Sophie Turner was a big step up for Jean, but I can live with it. I like Fassbender's Magneto too. He also says, I've met Rebecca too. She's all class. Awesome. And also, Rebecca Romijn actually played Lois Lane in the New 52 animated movies.
Really?
Oh, nice!
And if you see the death of Superman, there's an iconic line exchanged between Lois and Supes. Lois goes, "Easy there, I've got you," and he retorts, "If you've got me, who's got you?" I'm like, I like that. He goes on further to say, with regards to Rebecca, she's great in Star Trek Discovery, at least. Season 2, of course. Yeah, I hear very, very, very mixed opinions about Discovery.
Yeah, I heard the first season wasn't too great, but it did start getting better around season 2.
Well, if you want Star Trek shows to get better all around, completely get rid of Alex Kurtzman. I mean, he and Robert Orsi did a damn good reboot with the 2009 Star Trek, but ever since, I think like the two have split up with regards to writing. It's just all gone downhill. I mean, Star Trek Next Generation is more Star Trek than Picard. Nick says Discovery is garbage. And also, Discovery's got SJW-isms.
Oh no.
Yeah, they do.
Is Discovery the latest one,
Why?
or that came back in the past?
I don't know. He goes and says, but Pike was okay in season 2. I actually like the way they portrayed Pike in that, because I really dug the Bruce Greenwood portrayal in the first 2 movies. He goes, the finale of season 2 makes no sense whatsoever. Dan says, speaking of Star Trek, William Shatner recently called out CBS and Kurtzman, excluding him from the Star Trek Day virtual panel.
Oh.
Yes, why did you do that?
That's a big snafu right there amongst Trekkies. That is a big Trekkie snafu.
Here's the thing. Shatner, it's like I said in my review of Star Trek Generations, Shatner is Star Trek.
I think also Maria Sirtis was also barred from that panel.
Why?
Wait, what?
Whoa!
They barred Counselor Troy?
Well,
how dare you?
According to her Twitter, she said that she wasn't even invited.
Whoa. Someone better get ready to catch some hands, because Lids and I are ready to rumble.
Let's go.
To the Batmobile!
Let's go. Right on the
hood. Nick says pure SJW crap. Dan says I hate how they turned Picard into an elderly passive wuss. Nick, Picard.
Oh no! Are you serious?
For
Nick
real?
says Picard was an insult to everything Jean-Luc Picard originally stood for. I can't believe there's a season 2. Neither can I. Nick says that's right, Dan, and he's catching hell for it. Dan. Also, there's no JJ Trek in the panel.
What?
And Nick says Shatner isn't on the Star Trek Day poster either.
What?
Seriously?
Oh
dear.
Oh shit.
You have angered Win Inverse.
Oh.
Duck and cover.
And especially don't want to anger Margin Lydia.
No, you do not. She's been suppressed. For now.
Yeah, and you especially don't want to, well, if you anger Margin Lydia, you anger Super Vegeta Oni. With hair.
He suddenly sprouts hair.
Well, the other one I was going to go with was Oni Hulk Hogan, but I don't think he'd appreciate that.
No.
So, Shatner is not at the virtual event. I think
I'm sure Raiden will appreciate this one.
Kone2 says actually Shatner was shrunken in the poster. You don't shrink Shatner.
Yeah.
Okay, Kurtzman, it sounds like someone needs to take a ride in the Kobayashi Maru simulation.
Oh god.
Yes.
Nick says if you want to see some SJW in your face BS, watch Star Trek Lower Decks. The soy is strong with that one.
Oh, no. I've heard nothing but bad about that show. No.
I avoid that.
Wow. Didn't know he was going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Nick says Kurtzman is the Kathleen Kennedy of Star Trek.
Oh.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh, no.
I'm going to pull a Raiden here a sec. Damn. Kurtzman versus Kennedy, who is the more pointless? And I'm expecting Liz just to go, yes.
There's no contest. They're both useless.
Mm-hmm.
Nick responded to Co-92. Not exactly. He was added to the revised poster after Shatner pointed out his omission. But still, not on the poster, along with Shrunken on the poster. Let me put it to you this way. Let's say you have a biopic of Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, you have the title up and everything, and instead Brock Lesnar is front and center. It's like, what? Like, how does that work? That'd be like... And Raiden, I apologize for this. That'd be like having, you know, a Raiden portrayed as a superhero, and the actor they get for him is Chris Brown.
No, good lord.
Why?
Yeah. Nick says, I think you're mistaking him for Pike. Co92 says, this is why Viacom is waiting until Kurtzman's contract is expired so they can sack him. No, sacking him would be merciful.
Ooh.
Found this earlier. Apparent leaks of some of the new Kingdom figures.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Cheetor, Black Arachnia, and Raiden's boy Rat Trap.
Hey.
Voiced by Scott McNeil.
aka one of the most craziest people who you'll ever meet, but he's so lovable.
Yep.
And I should know.
There.
Plus, when he was late to a panel as pendants, he brought the entire panelists a huge pallet of donuts.
Nice.
Ooh.
He's like, I know, I'm late for this panel, and I feel really bad, but who wants donuts?
Nick says,
yep.
We're living in an era, guys and gals, where both Star Trek and Star Wars are no longer the dominant sci-fi brands. What is? Marvel films. Let that sink in. Dan says, I guess they knew Kingdom figures are pretty good if you don't want to see a kidney for a masterpiece figure. Okay.
I think he meant sell a kidney.
Okay.
Because there is a masterpiece Cheetor, which is beautiful looking, but the Kingdom figure, they did, the guy who managed to get the figures early, he did a comparison, and it's not bad for a deluxe. Although, who knows how he got the figures this early?
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is just the full blown plastic legs of Black Arachnia. But all in all, I really do like the likeness of the show.
And apparently, rumor has it that there's the big Titan class for next figure thing for next year will be a an Arc playset.
Oh,
as in the Generation 1 Arc.
Nick goes to say, though not for talking about Marvel films again, though not for long with Phase 4 going woke. Ugh.
Please no.
Yeah, this is why I tapped out after Endgame's like, nope, stuff this.
And who knows how the Marvel films are going to cope with all this lockdown and lacking of films. That's going to affect their schedule.
Exactly. I mean, before Robert Pattinson got tested positive for COVID, the Batman had resumed production.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Nick just said, what's that gonna cost? About $5,000?
I mean, okay. I'm going to chill right now. I'm chill, shameless promote, but if you want to see a real representation of actual superhero stuff, check out The Boys. It's pretty, it's brutal AF, but oh my god, it's so good.
Oh yeah, just the not just that political commentary without being woke. It's like really impressive. Yeah, like if these people actually existed, they would not be out for the greater good. They would be out for themselves.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Homelander is a fucking asshole, but he is an asshole. I love to watch.
Oh god, yeah, Homelander is terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think Nick was talking about the Arc set.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you, Transformers wise, I kind of tapped out years ago. I mean, Transformers movies I'll watch, but oh my god, I can't lie to you.
Again, I want to get excited for Black Widow, but whenever that comes out, but just I'm not paying $30 or whatever they're going to charge. If they do pull the same thing they pulled with Mulan, and if that's the case, not happening.
I can wait till it comes out for free.
And it's a prequel, so it's like.
It's technically set within the Marvel universe. It's set. I think it's between Civil War and Infinity War. So
but
that's how they're going to explain that away.
Yeah, but still, after the climax that was Endgame, why?
Yeah.
Where do you go from there? It just feels like.
Nick goes to say, The Boys is awesome. Season 2 promotion is trying to go woke, but it's backfiring. Also, anti-star Homelander follows me on Twitter. Nice.
Hey!
Nice.
Seriously, Nick knows a lot of really important people within the industry. Anything related to Knight Rider and various other stuff, because he's also done artwork for the Goldbergs, and he was even a consultant for Knight Rider when they actually had the Trans Am featured in an episode, which actually had William Daniels voiceovering for that. So he knows a lot of important people that he keeps in touch with. And you know, when we were at Knight Rider Reunion 8 years ago, he got Michael Chaffee invited to the event, and this is a man that not only designed the original kit, Nick says he was even in the episode. Nice.
Oh, very, very nice.
But Michael Chaffee was also the man who had a hand in helping to design the DeLorean. Mike's a very humble man. He will say he played a part, even though he probably had more so than that, but he's just so humble. And I actually got a question answered by him when I actually got to have like a small conversation with him. I said, if you had been involved with the designing of the kit stang, would you have done something a little bit more practical with regards to the dashboard as opposed to what they did with all the visual effects? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely. You know, what I would have done is something much more practical that would have been something like an evolved version of what you saw with the original kit. So he was an absolute delight. And Nick, you can vouch for this. We were at a restaurant adjacent to the Beverly Garland called Tula's. They do some really wonderful garlic French fries, by the way.
Word.
Yeah. What happened? You know, we were just sat around the table. Me, Nick, our good friend Duran Garber, and one or two other people. And you know, Mike had been over at one table talking to like the celebrity guests, and then he comes over to our table, you know, just to talk with us for 5 minutes, you know, asking you know, what we thought about the event that day, you know, what we all took in. And I'm like, this was, you know, a guy that's, you know, probably one of the most respected designers in Hollywood, and he's hanging out with us just, you know, just like regular Joes. And I'm like,
yeah,
I find that quite humbling.
It's a similar thing to what happens at TF Nation. I mean, the hotel and the guests all stay within the same building, and so it's like occasionally on the evenings you can actually go up and talk to the special guests whenever you can, and it's something like that is rare to find at conventions, I find.
He goes on further to say, because Dan said, you know, who did you play? He said, I just played just as a featured extra, standing next to Jeff Garlin, Murray, in the parade scene. He was credited as Knight Rider consultant at the end of the episode. He said the Beverly Garland Hotel was used in 5 episodes of Knight Rider. That's why I picked it.
Nice.
Some of you have actually seen some of the photos that I took there. Now, this wasn't with my Samsung compact camera that I've used exclusively since 2013, because obviously I didn't have it by that time. But the stuff I was able to do with my Casio camera that I bought originally in 2009, great for day shots, absolutely sucks completely for night shots. But the shots I was able to get, they've actually featured in some of my videos, like, you know, where I'm doing all the episode reviews of SG. That's my photo of the kit stang. And one guy who was doing like a review of these Matchbox models of kit from either the original series or the current one, he asked if he could use some of my videos from Knight Rider Reunion. I said, hey, go ahead. He goes on to further say, everything about Knight Rider Reunion, unlike other places, was to honor and spotlight the history of KR. I also had the screen-used boomerang unit from the show, which was also used in multiple Star Trek movies. Nice. Yep. And Liz might get a little bit of a kick out of this. The event even had the pleasure of some girls from Hooters.
Really?
Oh, you caught her attention.
I thought about posing with them, but the only thing I had a involvement, because if I say I had a hand in it, that might get taken the wrong way.
Context.
Yes. The only thing I was involved with, Duran was just posing with a few of them. I just took the photo. Nick goes to say, MJ was there, he knows. Yep. They were even trying to, doing like this, I don't want to say scheme, because I guess that sounds a bit misleading and maybe like a misrepresentation. There was like a kind of like a quest mission to restore a Star Trek Next Generation scene. So they had like the model of the set of the bridge of that particular ship, and they wanted to have it put back together. He goes to say, hey, I was event producer, posing with the Hooter Girls was part of my job. Lucky son of a bitch. If I had posed with them, it would have been fun, but I was just glad just to be there. I mean, I had brief conversations with not just Mike Chaffee, but I had a brief conversation with Peter Paros, who was RC3 in season 4. Heck of a guy. Even kind of cheesily said after he had signed his autograph on my photos, like, even I can dig that, because that was one of his catchphrases. From there, he goes to say, yes, the Hollywood Sci-Fi Museum is a complete scam. Okay. And there's I forget the name of this actress. I really should look this up. She played Catherine in Knight in Shining Armor. Let me... Knight in Shining Armor... Knight Rider... Let's see... 1984... Let's see... yeah, I actually got... this might be recognizable to those who are Whovians. I actually got Daphne Ashbrook's autograph.
Ooh, sweet.
Sick.
Oh, he says he won't get into that with the Hollywood sci-fi aspect. Okay, it's cool. It's cool.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was a heck of a memorable day. Just being at that event. I mean, here's the thing: there were not just kit cars, whether it be Kit Prime or the Kit Stang. There was a 1964 Aston Martin, the BMW that Bond used in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Wow.
I'm going to be kind of half expecting Raiden's reaction. There was even a replica, live action replica of the 1987 Ninja Turtles van.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He says he only talked to Daphne for a few seconds. Yeah, I think that was all I was able to get, more or less. But classy lady. Very classy lady. The night before, with what they refer to as the VIP red carpet, Hard Rock Cafe on Universal City Walk. Yeah, that's something that I won't trade for anything, because so many good people. Because the director, one of the actors in there, one who played Maddock in Knight Rider 2000 was also the lead detective of the homicide case in Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm like, whoa, okay. And Rebecca Holden was there. Didn't get to talk to her this time, but you know what? It's okay. I've met her once before. Even shook her hand at one time. I was just outside of the tent. And she just pops us like, oh, who's this gentleman? I'm like, holy crap. Rebecca Holden, aka April Curtis, is talking to me, and she's smiling. Hello. So I was kind of starstruck because I had to go like sit down. I'm like, Okay, Rebecca Holden just shook my hand. Okay.
There we go.
He goes on to say, when you host an event, you don't really get to enjoy the show. You have to run the show. It was extremely stressful, but we got through it despite all the sabotage events by Casey and his minions. Events equals attempts. Yeah, we had a real VIP party, not that fake Knight Rider festival crap. Rebecca and I are very close friends. Same with Catherine Hirkeland. Kat had a gig, or she would have been there. Yeah, me and X24 Rider kind of had a very small passing exchange with her. We just happened to be watching an episode of SG in a room they had set up at another Knight Rider convention, and Catherine just happened to be there. So I was like, "What are you boys up to?" It's like, nothing, miss. We're just enjoying the show. Nice to meet you." And I think I can say this without getting into trouble. Catherine is as pleasant as she is beautiful, and the woman is absolutely gorgeous. I would have liked to have seen her in more Knight Rider episodes. I feel like they could have kept her character around a little bit more, but you know, that's by the by. I did hear a rumor for that event. They were trying to get Hasselhoff to show up, but you know, he never did in the end, which is like, I think he was just like busy. Yeah, me and Nick actually did do a movie review, as he just said, for watching Looper on City Walk. I really need to get around to editing that properly, just so that the sound quality is decent and that the image is a lot sharper, because we were shooting this, let me see, I'm just going to use the calendar to go back in time a second. So I want to go back to 2012. No, 2012 I was a lot younger, we'll leave it at that. Let's see, I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, October 9 or October 10. Yeah, it was a fun day out because Nick was kind enough to take me around Universal Studios tour, which is also where I got my Jurassic Park sun reactive t-shirt, where you put it in the sun, it changes color. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nick says 8th maybe. Yeah, it does sound about right actually. And Looper, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I love you as an actor, don't get me wrong, but the movie's biggest problem was pacing. Yeah,
I have to agree on that.
He just also goes to say, Hoff doesn't care, he's all about the money. That's sad to hear. But no, I mean, I enjoyed... Yeah, we didn't like Looper. Don't get me wrong. Levitt acted his heart out. Even going so far as to copy, to get down Bruce Willis's mannerisms. Just so that he would actually seem to be like a younger version of his character. But the story itself, it was an interesting concept. But it was just slow, sluggish. it was just boring in the end. I'm starting to think we probably should have gone to seen the sequel to Taken, but you know.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Yeah, that we do. That we do. Yeah. I think this is probably about as good a time as any to end this. I think we're ending it on a good note, considering we began with the announcement of a Karen movie.
As if this year couldn't get any stranger.
Oh, there's Karen masks.
Oh, there we go. That's it.
Now that's a walk paradox when you combine those two words together. Ayo!
But there will be some other forms of entertainment coming for next Sunday, because as you know, we've got the first 3 tickets of season 15 out of the way, because it's just as a way of playing catch up. And this Sunday is the start of a new mini-series. Wynn, I think, knows at the very least. Nick goes to say, MJ and I have a lot of miles on the old Knight Rider tires. Seen egos rise and fall, but we're still the last night standing. Damn tootin'. Like I say, Wynn kind of knows what's coming. And Raiden, let's just say I may go ahead and get that particular prop piece. I think you know the one I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Liz is either gonna laugh or go, oh man, that's just cruel. But, yeah, I've got most of the voiceovers done for that. I just need to do the live action pieces. Theoretically, I should have that rendered properly by this Friday, because whenever I go to do the chroma key work, the green screen works better after the sun's gone down. Only because if I try to do it whereby I've got the LED light bulb shining on it, and with ultraviolet light coming through the crack through the blinds, it ruins the shot. I mean, if you ever see one of my reviews for one of the Underworld movies, you can see where the sunlight has gotten onto the chroma key work, and it ruins the shot. But let's just say, maybe about 3 to 4 months' time, I'm going to be retiring the current green screen that I've got, because I actually do have a professional grade green screen that I bought years ago, but just haven't had the time to get to use it, and I'm going to get some photography stand, because Kaiju knows this. The green screen that I work with, in one of the spare rooms, is about 10 to 12 pieces of jade green construction paper that are just staying on the wall, courtesy of Blue Tack. And I had to realign a lot of them this summer because the heat wave nearly a month ago tore the whole thing down.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Yeah, the heat wave was 33 degrees. Let me just do the conversion a second. 33 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. It was well over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So it literally tore the whole green screen down to where I had to buy 2 new packets of Blue Tack just to put it back up. I've also been doing a little bit of extra legwork with regards to posting more content onto my Instagram to encourage more people to buy t-shirts from my Teespring page. Raiden knows about one of them. And Nick goes, you mean like it is right now in California? LOL, yeah. And I don't know if some of you know, but I actually have a Shutterstock contributor page.
Nice.
Yeah, I basically decided at long last I've got X amount of photos that I've accumulated over the years from either photography of winter wonder landscapes, shots of railway lines and what have you, and I'm like, well, let's see if I can use them. I mean, the worst that Shutterstock can do is say, well, we can't use this because copyright reasons, this, that. So it's like, well, like I say, if I don't post them up, I won't know. So, I've got about 5 different collections on there. A lot of them is either landscape, seasonal pictures, like stuff that you use for Christmas cards and what have you. But I also do things like close-ups of plants and what have you. And, well, I'm just looking to make some extra money. Some stuff I'll tell you off the air because this is one of those we keep it on the low. I'll get into the reasons off the air. I'm not going to do this on the air because IRL stuff. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, if you know somebody that would appreciate photos that they can use for projects, put in magazines, or somebody that just needs some useful photos just to illustrate their point, it would be appreciated. And of course, buy my t-shirts. Please buy my t-shirts. But yeah, Nick goes to say you really can cook an egg on the sidewalk. I think they actually did that joke also in an episode of Masked Rider, where the temperature had gone
I remember that.
The temperature had gotten so hot they said you can literally cook an egg on a sidewalk. And of course, wasn't it Scott McNeil played the voice of Chopper?
I don't know.
I'll have to double check. I just remember seeing that gag, and the token mascot Furbus/Furby was super sick because his alien race can't handle intense heat.
No.
Just going through the cast page.
Nick says Hawk the Mac. Oh, Hawk the merch. Okay.
Chopin was Jason Navi.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind.
Go.
It sounded similar to Scott McNeil. Well, since Nick happens to be there, I might as well just post a link to my Teespring page, and then he can have a look and see what suits his fancy. You might see something on there that he might like. Okay. Have a look at your heart's content, Nick. You might see something there. Yeah, like I say, Raiden, has his eyes on one of the t-shirts. Your L's sustain me.
That is a future That's a future purchase. I'm telling you, I will model that too. I will model that.
Oh, Nick says Scott McNeil is a cool dude. Nice.
Yep, he is.
I
hope I get to meet him at TF Nation again one day.
I think my 2 favorite portrayals of his is either as DBC's Ocean dub of Piccolo.
Oh yeah.
and Duo Maxwell.
Yup.
I liked those and his portrayal of Proto-Man in Mega Man.
Yeah.
He goes to say, I've met Steve Bloom several times too. Not crazy about his current politics, but overall great guy.
I also love Scott McNeil's Wolverine in X-Men Evolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Steve Blum. Both great guys.
Feel the bloom.
And I remember when he came on stage during the opening ceremony of Water Assembly 2013. Hello, humans. I'm here representing all the naughty cons.
All right. Oh, he's met Bill Farmer and Jim Cummings. Bill Farmer and Jim Cummings, excuse me.
Ooh. Jim Cummings, aka Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Hondo Onako from Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels.
And Minx from Baldur's Gate 2.
And Darkwing Duck.
And one of my favorite Looney Tunes, Taz.
And also Julian of Robotnik.
And for my fellow WoW players out there, he was Lore Walker Cho.
He goes to say, Mark Hamill is also a class acting person. TDS on Twitter aside. TDS. Eeyore.
Peter Cullen. Or Greg Berger if you go by some of the games.
Alright. Well then, I think now's the best time to call it a day. We're still on reasonably good steam, and it's like Raiden said before, it's always best to close it out whilst we've still got energy, rather than be at that point where it's like, please dude, let me go to bed. So, from episode 122 of Sunday Night Live, we thank you for your time this evening. We thank you for letting us entertain you with the fun and wonderful topics, and my sudden burst into Shatnerisms with awesome Lydia running for president. Vote Lydia 2020 with her second running mate, Vice President Win Rogue Inverse. We will be greeting you next week with all kinds of topics, including a new movie review from Real Features, and Navi also running for president of the Cat Nation. Meow, vote for me. He's probably looking thinking, dude, what the hell? I'm a cat. What are you doing there? In all seriousness, folks, thanks for this evening. All of us have needed it. Good night from the first Madam President of Awesome, Lydia. Lids, that's your cue. Okay. Also, good night from the sweet badassery that is Win the Rogue.
Take care of yourself, folks. Wash your hands, keep 6 feet away, wear your damn masks, and get plenty of rest. And stay hydrated. This heat is hell.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And from
seriously, I want fall to come back.
And from the ever so common sense that is Sir Stephen Walker.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and hope to see you next time.
And from the valiant and noble, and also slandering, Cyber-Raiden.
I hope everyone is going well. Glad you enjoyed this episode. Like when said, wash your hands, wear your damn mask, and just be good to each other. That's all we need in this world. That's all it is. Take care, everybody.
And good night from the night. Take care of yourself and each other. And remember, I'll be back.
Good
night, everybody. Nick says,
See
good
ya.
night, everybody. Had a great time. Konak2 says, take care, guys. And Sean Retro says, night. See ya, folks.
Good night.
Ciao.
Right, and we're off the air.